I'm Wendy Gillette. Ships are now on the move after Iran reopened the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump is celebrating that development and what he says is a deal reached on Iran's uranium.
In an interview with CBS News, President Trump said Iran has agreed to stop enriching uranium forever, saying they have agreed to everything. And it's a great deal. It's a wonderful deal. When it comes to removing Iran's enriched uranium, which the president refers to as nuclear dust, Trump said the U.S. and Iran would work together. At the same time, though, he insisted removal would not involve U.S. troops on the ground. He said, quote, "No troops. We'll go down and get it with them, and then we'll take it. We'll be getting it together because by that time we'll have an agreement." Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
President Trump also told CBS News the U.S. will not pay for the uranium, saying we are not paying 10 cents. And he said the U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ships and ports will remain in full force until a deal is reached. CBS News has learned U.S. negotiators may return to Pakistan as early as Monday for talks to reach a long-term peace deal with Iran. CBS White House reporter Jennifer Jacobs.
Discussions were ongoing, and Vice President J.D. Vance will likely lead the delegation again. His team was preparing this week for his possible return to Islamabad.
Gas prices remain high and don't expect that to instantly improve. Correspondent Kelly O'Grady.
It's still going to take time for refineries to reopen, for oil fields to start going again, potentially months in some cases. We will see that come down eventually in the next couple of months if everything moves forward as it is right now. It's a big if, of course.
Strong storms are possible tonight in parts of the Midwest, including Michigan and Wisconsin, already hit hard by severe weather. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
At this time last year, we were beginning to recover from a historic ice storm, as you all remember better than anybody. And over the last few days, we've seen record rain, straight-line winds, tornadoes, and widespread flooding.
There was a near miss this week at a Kentucky airport. CBS's Michael Wallace reports.
The UPS cargo plane was coming in for a landing at Louisville's Muhammad Ali International Airport Tuesday night when a small plane taxied too close to the same runway.
25, stop. Got up 25. What are you doing?
The UPS plane had descended to an altitude of 125 feet when it was ordered to pull up. UPS's Michelle Polk.
We were directed to do a go-around, and we performed it beautifully.
In November, a UPS jet crashed at that same airport, killing 14 people.
The Dow is up 875 points. This is CBS News.
What is going on?
What's going on here?
How is this possible?
Great storytelling starts here.
Oh, come on.
Why? It's time for 60 Minutes.
All right, we're got some news coming up. Sorry, my computer froze up on me. Let's see. We're going to hang on one sec. Okay, I'm back. First, let's check on your KIRO Newsradio traffic brought to you by Carpet Liquidators. All right, all in all, we're looking really good out there. In fact, the only really significant slowdowns are right through downtown Seattle. North 5 is going to take you about 20 minutes to get through downtown with your typical backup starting just before the West Seattle Bridge. And then South 5, you're a little slow from about 85th across the Ship Canal Bridge. And everywhere else, we are looking fantastic. This report brought to you by Carpet Liquidators. Get your entire home installed for just $99 at Carpet Liquidators. From carpet to flooring, Carpet Liquidators has got you covered.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A legal challenge to a new Washington law affecting sheriffs is now headed to a different courtroom. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports the case centers on a new state law that requires sheriffs to meet new standards and sign a loyalty oath.
Lawyer Mark Lamb, who represents sheriffs suing the state, told a judge in Ponderay County the new standards, from age and experience requirements to 0 felony and gross misdemeanor convictions and signing an oath, mean a state board can pick favorites and violates freedom of speech.
We're talking about the gravest possible consequence under the First Amendment.
Solicitor General Noah Purcell argued sheriffs already swear under a penalty of perjury that they meet certification standards. Therefore,
it doesn't pass the smell test. It just doesn't make any sense.
sense.
Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
And instead of ruling, the judge transferred the case to Thurston County, where a similar challenge is already underway. A Seattle influencer says she was attacked in the middle of the day on a trail near Olympic Sculpture Park in Belltown, and her post warning others is going viral.
I really hate that. I feel scared right now.
Alyssa Montez is a social media influencer with more than 86,000 Instagram followers. She says this happened Wednesday morning.
Happened at Sculpture Park, across from Pocket Beach on the running/bike trail.
When a man came out of the bushes and grabbed her while she was on her daily run, she reported the attack to police and posted the account to warn others to stay safe. More than 23,000 people have liked or commented on her post. Well, your dog may love being off-leash, but other park goers may not enjoy the experience. Axios reports Seattle parks will bring in more staffing to help enforce the law, which requires leashes in public spaces. Well, he's an unlikely internet mini celebrity, a 90-year-old receipt checker at Costco in Covington, known for never cracking a smile. The Seattle Times reports Lee Waters retires tomorrow, but he has more than 15,000 fans on a Facebook group dedicated to him that launched back in 2020. And now check on your KIRO News Radio weather. Sunshine and clouds today, high near 60, and warming trend into the weekend with partly sunny skies, and we could see 70 by Sunday. 58 and partly sunny in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Jake Skorheim, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome to the show.
Happy Friday, buddy.
All right.
What a week.
We got a lot of stuff to get to today.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes. You and I, we come in, we prep for the show, we kind of decide what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we
go
plot out
off
for
to our corners.
Yeah, and prepare, read.
We go and we read.
Formulate our arguments, counter arguments, our points of view. Yeah.
Yes, we try to read up on everything so we don't sound like dum-dums to the best of our ability, which is fair. And so we have all the stuff that we're planning on talking about. We're going to lead with Iran stuff, which is positive news, and all these different things. Oil prices coming down. We had a really good interview yesterday with Susan Del Bene. I was going to play a clip from that made me frustrated. I was going to share it with you if you missed it. But then I get back to my desk like 3 minutes before we're supposed to get on the air because I'm off in I go off into a little side studio so I can try to focus on reading because I don't read good. So I try to read slow. I mean, I try to read.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You read.
I read fine.
Gooderer.
I read fine for a man my age.
A lot of these words weren't even invented when you learned to read, to be fair.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. New words.
So I get back to my desk, and we got Mike Siebert in today. Laura's out, still on vacation, but Mike's in. He's producing the show, and you and Spike, you and Mike are just like, dude, we got some stuff we got to tell you about. Well, so what happened? Gene Ursula had a guest on the show.
Well, Gene Ursula had an interview with Seattle City Attorney Eric Evans, and
new city attorney who replaced Dan Davidson.
First 100 days, and it was how's it going?
And a lot of people really like Dan Davidson, but she was looked at as too much of a moderate, so they decided to go with a more progressive choice. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Okay, all right.
Well, we're gonna dip into it a little bit later in the show, maybe as quickly as we can. But we're processing various elements of the interview, questions from Gene Ursula, responses from City Attorney Evans.
What happened?
Nothing much. It was. I hate to use this analogy. It was it was a toot in the wind, if you know what I'm saying, right? There was very, very, very little substance in this interview. I felt. I'd like to get your take on it as well, because I know when you're doing your prep, we had a chance to listen to the interview in real time.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet.
It's going to be put up on mynorthwest.com. It's going to be available for folks who did miss it, because I think it's worth listening to. We're in a city that people are genuinely concerned about its future, its current status, and the safety of its residents, and the priorities of our local government, and making sure we're getting what we're spending our tax dollars on, and the people we elect are doing the jobs we elect them to do.
This is kind of an inflection point. Is that the right word? Inflection point?
Yes.
That we're at in the city. And
Fair
we have another story about this that we briefly covered, I think, 2 days ago, that we're going to dive into here at 12:30, which I think relates to all of this. There was a grocery store that is attempting to fill the space that was a Sam's Club, and it's a Winco.
Just in the northern border of the city, yeah. Right by the city line, yeah.
Yeah, on Aurora. And they wanted to occupy this space that had been vacant for 5 years. And then on the last day possible, this group comes in and says, like, well, we have concerns about the environmental impacts of yada, yada, yada. And so that gets sidelined. And the reason I'm bringing this up is this inflection point that I'm talking about. I didn't know much about Winco. I know a lot about Winco now because I spent the last hour reading about Winco.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I fell in love with Winco. And I almost...
If you like it now, where do you shop there?
If you like it, where do you shop? But I know you're saying that but I'm being serious. When I was reading about this company and why it's so successful, and when I tell you, Spike, and I'm hoping you didn't read a ton into Winco, but I did. I'm going to make you fall in love with Winco. And it's almost to the point where I'm sitting here going like, Winco might be too good for Seattle. I like it.
We don't deserve a grocer.
We don't deserve a Winco.
We're not worthy.
Now, I don't live in Seattle, so Winco, come on up to Snohomish if you want.
There's already one up in Edmonds. It's not too. It's closer to your home. Yeah.
But the thing is,
there's like quite a few in the state already.
I almost want, like, they say, like, I'm a big, I'm a Christian believer. Sometimes God closes the door, he opens a window. I think maybe what's happening is a bad situation for Winco and Seattle is being avoided by them not being able to get into this spot because of this group that's trying to prevent them from doing so. And I think I almost don't want to see Winco in because I like them so much that I'm worried about what happens to them. It's like when you see somebody get involved in a bad relationship. We'll talk about all this.
We will.
Too much to talk about. But back to this inflection point thing and the new Seattle City Attorney. Was there emotions? Did somebody get emotional?
There was some. Yeah, that's really not the. That's another whole segment we could dip into.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
We can talk about anything we want.
Did somebody cry?
There was emotions. I don't want to label. It might have been allergies. It's allergy season.
Crying? No.
There's no crying in politics.
Are you crying? Are you crying?
Dude,
come on. There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, folks who watch first off, if you're not watching KIRO News Radio on the YouTube channel, you are missing the moments.
Because guess what? It's just like Big Brother. We don't turn the cameras off.
No, it's raw.
You get to see
it's
all
unfiltered.
The stuff.
Yeah,
you see Spike and I cuddling when the lights go down.
Yeah, luckily we put the lights down.
You get to watch me drinking my water.
There was Mike. No, don't undersell it, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't undersell the way you consume water. There was a couple of moments of raw emotion, and the city attorney was unaware.
But I don't.
Unaware. Well, here's the thing. Unaware that these moments were being shared with our KIRO audience via the YouTube channel. Because it was during the commercial breaks. Well, it was during the commercial breaks.
3, 4, 5. There's 9 cameras pointing.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. So that's the question we're discussing out there in management in the newsroom.
Yeah.
When the mics are off, the mics are off. Okay. Mm-hmm. And there's a reasonable assumption that when the mics are off, what you say isn't going to be broadcast to the city. But when the mics go off, the cameras don't go dark.
I got you.
And that moment was experienced
on camera,
and then understood and revealed and understood by the guest. And that was.
You know what's going to happen is people are going to go and find that video.
I'm sure. What's
people are going to go and watch the live YouTube, but you can go to right now. You can go to KIRO 97.3.
And it's not for purposes of embarrassing a guest or
no, we're not trying to embarrass
in any way, shape, or form. If anything, I think a guest who is a elected city official who's passionate about the job and how they interact with the media and the city at large.
I gotta be honest.
I think that's great. I love emotion.
But emotion in its proper place, right?
Yeah,
emotion in its proper place.
Yeah,
you want to feel like somebody who can bear a little scrutiny, because if you're just asking questions, like we have some of these questions.
Yeah, we got the questions, we have the answers, and I'd like to get your input on this. The Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, let us know. We'll play it for you. If you heard the interview with G and Ursula. Well, we can get into it. Sure, you want to do this rather than
teasing it so much. People are like, okay. I guarantee you, if I'm listening to the radio right now, I'm going.
I am happy.
All right,
to dig into it now because it's still fresh. It's still raw.
Fresh and raw. So this is our live react. If we were doing like a live reaction YouTube video, this would be the same thing.
There you go.
I mean, it is because we're on YouTube, which you guys should be watching. You should go to KIRO
News
Radio.
Listen to those harmonies. It's like hearing "Carry On Wayward Son" for the first time. It's like angels have been put on vinyl.
Carry On Wayward Son is a great song.
Where do you try to learn the background vocals?
No,
my gosh. It's months of work.
Can't do it.
Anyhow.
All right, so this is a question. What do we want to start with here?
We can start with G. Scott, and literally there's a perception, I think it was with regard to the last city attorney and now the new city attorney, and the mayor's proclamation that we're not a lock 'em up first kind of a mentality in the governance of the city. And G, asked City Attorney Evans about that issue.
Okay.
Right now in Seattle, there's this narrative and belief that you can just get away with crime. Your response to that?
It's incorrect. We are charging people in our office, and I think it's just a false narrative.
Okay.
That was the answer?
Yeah.
Short
There
and sweet.
was a pause waiting for further clarification, maybe validation, maybe some numbers, some information. We're arresting people. Give me some numbers.
Was there a big moment where it felt like they were being really unfair with her? I'm just trying to figure out where it got to the point where emotions happened.
I think it was cumulative throughout the course of the interview, but that's
just questions.
And I want to stick to the substance of the interview if we can.
Yeah.
I mean, when there's a perception in this city that we're not going to lock people up when we're talking about, diversion options instead of incarceration options, and I get wraparound services and a full encompassing remedy for the city's woes.
One of the moments in Harrell's campaign, if not the moment that I think actually cost him the election, is when he was asked in that debate with Katie Wilson, what do you say to an 8-time offender? And do you remember his answer? He said, I'm not really interested in locking him up. I want to find out what happened upstream.
What got you here, son?
Yeah.
What drove you to these wily ways and poor decision makings?
He actually said he wants to find out if that person might just be hungry. Like, that's not even a...
I don't think hangry is a legal defense in court, first off.
8-time. I mean, I think the question was an 8-time offender.
Well, when you see an answer like that, and that was probably the bellwether moment of that campaign. I'm agreeing with you there.
Get that man a sandwich.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you not learn from that? That response cost the mayor his job.
Yeah.
Former city attorney Ann Davidson was deemed to be soft on crime in a city that was seeing the trends and vibe of the city swing in the wrong direction.
Well, Erica Evans is the soft. Davidson's reputation was not soft on crime.
Well, maybe I'm mischaracterization. I think the city was perceived as soft on crime, maybe in spite
the
of
city
Ann
is
Davidson.
soft on crime. Ann Davidson actually, I think, was at a little bit of a loggerheads with the city. She was a little more prosecuted.
Well, I guess
the job.
I guess the problem I had with the answer here is, if you are going to say no, we're locking people up, it's a false narrative that we're soft on crime. Back it up. You're the city attorney.
Yeah.
It's your first 100 days. You're here to tell the city how the city's moving forward, how your office is handling the challenges ahead of you
and
that you assigned up to take charge of and deal with.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the most valid and fair questions.
And then Ursula,
what do you say to a city who feels unsafe?
That? How are you measuring that?
What are your metrics for success? What do you look at to say, okay, what I'm doing and my different approach is going to work?
Yeah,
is working.
Thank you for that. I think what I want to see and what I want all of us to feel is safe as we walk in areas of downtown. I think of the waterfront and how that's been a great project, and you can feel safe walking in those areas. And I want all areas of downtown to feel that way.
This is not a joke. I mean, the timing of this is actually quite interesting. She's literally in the studio saying that she just wants everybody to feel safe. And the top story on mynorthwest.com right now, Seattle influencer goes viral after she's attacked on popular waterfront. Quote, "We're not safe anywhere."
Right.
Those two things are diametrically opposed. And they're asking very simple questions like, are you going to prosecute criminals? Are you going to make sure that people who are doing bad things
how do you measure success?
And that's a very small percentage of people, by the way. There is like a small percentage of people commit the vast majority of crimes. So are you going to lock those people up when they're doing bad things so they don't become 8-time offenders? Like Harrell was saying, he's worried that, they get a Snickers bar. That's a simple question. You say like, yes, we're going to do that. And the metrics are this and this and this. But if you're the city attorney, I would think like you're not an attorney. I'm not an attorney. If you're elected to the highest office, like in the city,
you're the number one law enforcement officer in the city attorney, or you're the prosecutor.
Have answers for these
you're
things.
The person tasked with keeping criminals accountable,
yes,
and judged and convicted, getting convictions for criminals in this town. You got a lead story about a girl who's attacked at 11 o'clock in the morning in broad daylight.
Yeah.
At one of the most public. The jewel of the city is the waterfront.
Yes.
Someone is attacked in broad, and it's videoed, and it goes viral. All evidence to the contrary, Miss City Attorney, Madam City Attorney. And the fact, well, I want people to feel safe. Then open a coffee shop and serve scones and make it nice. Let them bring their cats. They'll feel safe. If you're the city attorney,
Free cat.
Free cat with every cup. Whatever you want to do. But if you want the city to feel safe, then talk about what you're doing to make sure that the laws are enforced, that criminals are held accountable, that sweeps are done, that patrols are in place.
That you're arresting people for doing illegal things. This is something that drives me nuts. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but like the illegal drug use.
Well, that was one of the questions.
If somebody's doing illegal things, arrest them for it. Right. It's easy. It's a layup.
Yeah, and the city they have de-emphasized locking up drug use, public drug use, has been de-emphasized in the city as a priority.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to feel safe? How are we supposed to feel that you're doing your job and a tide has turned, or a corner has turned, I should say?
This is, you want to hear another clip? This is Ursula asking her message to police. Because police feel stretched thin. Massive. I think they had this big campaign about, hey, great news, hiring is up, and the net increase in police officers was 1.
Yeah. Well, stopping the bleeding was first.
Aren't they still down like 375 cops or something crazy?
Is the messaging to the police department, hey, just let them continue to do what they're doing because they're not committing felonies?
No, absolutely not. That's not anything close to what I've said. It's been really great. We've had Chief Barnes on our transition team before we even started. And he's someone that I meet regularly with. And the approach that we have is very clear, that we are trying to break the cycle. You again, Ursula, earlier mentioned all the needles that were found in the prior administration and how what was being done before is not working. And I've seen over the years, I'm from this area, I've seen how this is different than how Seattle used to look.
Mm-hmm.
And it's imperative for new leaders to not double down on failed policies. And what I've said to you and what I've been very clear on is that we are trying to break the cycle.
Yeah. Okay. You're a federal prosecutor before this job.
Yeah.
That's the experience you bring to the table.
Sure.
But when you've got a mayor who's saying that we are de-emphasizing locking up public drug use, making it a lower priority, how is that breaking the cycle? How is that not leaning into the failed policies that got us to you yourself just said you were born and raised here. This is not the city you grew up in. This is a different city now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a valid question to say, what are you doing that's going to make us feel safer? Not just forget that. Be safer. It's not enough for us to feel safe because we can't feel safe if we can't be safe. Okay.
Is it possible? I think that's totally true. And is it possible that maybe they're just not thinking about these things a lot, and so like just being actually questioned about these things and
I hadn't thought about that.
Forced to see the reality would make anybody feel very emotional because it was a beautiful city.
That's fair, but if you're 100 days in the job and you come to the news station, the news authority, in your city, the legacy news station, to give a report card and be asked about your. Sorry, my wife says, "What are you talking about?"
There's mute buttons on.
I know there are. Well, we old people learn slow. So if you're coming to the station, then do your homework.
Be ready with an answer.
Okay, yeah. You're going to be asked about where we're at and where we're going and what have you done and why should we feel that we've made the right choice after 100 days in the job? What have you learned? What do you need to know and do better?
Yeah.
How can you not be prepared for these questions? Or, if you get emotional because you weren't ready for that or you didn't give the answer you feel the city deserved to that, then that's on you and your team to prepare you better to come to this news station.
Man, I wish I
and be ready for an interview. It's going to be available to all of us.
I missed all this. I mean, all this stuff. I was responsibly reading, but I could have been front row center for all of this. Yeah. I don't know Erica Evans. Only through reputation. If she ever wants to come on the show and have a.
You want a mulligan? Want a do-over?
You want a do-over?
You want to read a little bit?
Come on the show.
We'd love to have you.
Spike rarely makes me cry. Occasionally I get a little emotional or verklempt when Spike and I get into arguments, but we usually work it out. We end with a hug.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't think G and Ursula, and I know.
Of course not. They're not trying to make anybody
No
emotional.
intention to ambush or blindside.
It's a lot of pressure. Like, people don't realize, when somebody shoves a mic in your face, there's a learning curve to it where you can get people's emotions get away with them. And also, people just do weird things under pressure.
Yeah.
I remember I had to speak once at an event. Like a family event, just surrounded by family. I was younger and I wasn't prepared for it, and I wet my pants. 25 years old.
No,
just joking. That didn't happen. None of that happened. But listen, pressure. We all respond to pressure in different ways.
Sure, yeah.
And I hope when it comes to taking care of the city and prosecuting people that she does the job great. That would be wonderful.
Well, our team at My Northwest is making sure that interview gets up for your perusal.
Yeah,
you
check it out.
You can check that out. The YouTube channel, it's on demand. The Gene Show is on demand all the time.
We've got
tons of stuff to get to today. Yeah, and it's Friday.
It's Friday. Ton of stuff. When we come back, I want to tell you about Winco. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the shop.
How I love you say the city doesn't deserve a store like Winco.
Seattle, you don't deserve a Winco.
Okay, I want to hear why.
You're trying to keep Winco out. Winco doesn't need you.
Right? They're trying to help us.
Yeah. Winco, don't date Seattle. They're not any good for you. You can do better. Winco, you can do better. I'm going to tell you about Winco when we come back. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly it's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
You know, considering the option of assisted living for a parent or loved one can be one of the hardest decisions you ever have to make, but it doesn't have to be. Here's what I wish someone had told me sooner, because we've been through this with our family. Aegis Living. Go to aegisliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. We're talking about communities across Western Washington, voted best of Western Washington. And with 500,000 reviews, over 60,000 communities nationwide, seniorly ranked Aegis Living, the #1 senior living community in all of America. Schedule a visit today. There's no obligation. You get a nice gift to take home. And when you tour an Aegis Living Center, don't be surprised if you turn to whoever you're with and you say, this must be the place, because it truly is. aegisliving.com/spike.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
How does your roof look after this winter? Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Home is more than a place to live. It's where the best of life unfolds, where possibility sparks, where community grows, where lives take shape. At the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties, that belief drives the work our builders, remodelers, and tradespeople do every day. Because when we build more homes, we're building so much more than housing. We're making room for what matters most. Learn more at roomforwhatmatters.com.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. But if you're looking for a truly golden view, look no further than the seats on the first baseline, a.k.a. Trident Town. Post up behind the Mariners dugout, and you get a great view of Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, and our entire rotation at work.
Swing and a miss! Fastball upstairs, blew it by him, strike 3.
Not to mention the best view of the best home run celebration in baseball. When the Trident goes up, you know a party's going down.
It is gone!
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The Mariners are back in town today for a 6-game homestand. Don't miss tonight's Kingdome Fanny Pack Hat Night at 6:40 versus the Rangers. Thanks to Global Credit Union and 3 straight Mariners value games against the A's. Monday through Wednesday with tickets starting under $12. Lock in your seats at mariners.com.
John is a national champion ping pong player.
My greatest claim to fame is an actor who portrayed the Chinese national champion that played
Forrest Gump. I played him in a national tournament and I actually beat him.
Competing at that level takes precision and healthy shoulders. But after years of wear and tear, he was dealing with a serious shoulder injury.
I had a slap tear. Success rate for the surgery was only about 15%.
Instead of surgery, he chose to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy, the most experience in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures.
The next day, I was pretty much 100%. I was pain-free. I had problems with my shoulder for 20 or 30 years.
And have you been able to compete again?
I won a national title 6 months after the procedure. My shoulder's like I'm an 18-year-old.
So whether it's a hip like I had, a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A new survey from the University of Washington finds injection drug use across the region has dropped sharply, with methamphetamine now surpassing fentanyl as the most commonly used drug. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey talked with a person living on the street who describes a different reality.
UW School of Public Health says injection use has dropped 49% since 2021. And with meth now the street drug of choice, cities and counties should focus on housing for meth users, not sobriety. I spoke with Ryan, who's living unhoused in Seattle, and he says fentanyl is still everywhere.
I'd say there's more fentanyl than there's meth. I mean, I've had to save like five people just this month with Narcan.
Ryan says he sees smoking and injecting every day, with more and more people coming to Seattle for cheap drugs and easy access to services. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
5 massage parlors in Bothell were shut down for fire code violations while police investigate suspected prostitution and human trafficking. KIRO 7's Jake Bilyeu spoke with a couple who owns 2 of the parlors. They claim they've done nothing wrong.
And you say you're not doing any prostitution?
No.
And you're not doing any human trafficking?
Of course. You can go inside to check.
Lee Wijwo says his wife, Lee Jun Yang, owns 2 of the massage parlors that were shut down during the bust. One's right across the street from Bothell Police Headquarters. The other's right across the street from a church. Lee denies any wrongdoing.
Bothell police say they are continuing their investigation and expect charges to be filed. Seattle's waterfront is preparing for a big economic boost as cruise ship season kicks off today. KIRO 7's Brooke Griffin reports the 2026 season includes more than 300 sailings to Alaska.
That's all part of a massive popularity boost that Alaskan cruises have seen in the past couple of years. The 2026 Alaska cruise season will rotate through 15 cruise lines and 26 different ships. 2 new Alaska cruises with the Virgin Voyages and the MSC cruises are joining the rotation this year.
Close to 2 million people are expected to embark on a cruise from Seattle this summer. Heads up if you're driving south of I-5 through Fife this weekend. WashDOT is shutting down a stretch of South 5 lanes tonight and tomorrow night to put up a new electronic sign. The closure is between 54th Avenue and the Port of Tacoma Road, including the on-ramps from 54th. Crews start at 11 o'clock each night. The road opens by 7:30 tomorrow morning and 8:30 Sunday morning. On Wall Street, the Dow up sharply. S&P 500 and NASDAQ set for big gains as the Middle East fears fade. And right now, the Dow is up nearly 850 points. S&P 500 up 80, NASDAQ up 336. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. We're looking really good out there. Just some slowdowns through Seattle, really. North 5 scattered backup start before the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. 25 minutes to get through downtown. South 5, you're going to slow from Lake City Way across the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5 is getting heavy through Factoria. And through JBLM, South 5, we've got a brief 2-mile backup there near the main gate. Tacoma to Olympia is still looking good at less than 40 minutes. This month, when you install a new AC or heat pump, you'll get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Scheduled today at dayandnight.net. And now your weather, mostly sunny, near 60 today. Partly sunny through the weekend and near 70 by Sunday. Sunshine and 52 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. A very lively day here at KIRO News Radio. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. All right. I want to update you on a story we talked a little bit about yesterday. There was a grocery store chain that was attempting to open up a new location in Seattle on Aurora Avenue North. It was going to be in the location of a former Sam's Club, which shut down for whatever reasons. Probably some pandemic related, probably some.
Yeah, that's about the time we lost it. Yeah,
vandalization and
whatever. The deterioration of that site.
Yes.
Once it sat empty for an extended period of time.
Well,
we're talking about the impact of the community and why Sam's Club went away.
Why they closed to begin with.
Okay.
But once it's closed, obviously, it's a hole.
Nature abhors a vacuum, and everything moved in.
100%.
So kind of what happened downtown when the city shut down for COVID. To your point.
So good news. Winco files plans to remodel the building because obviously, every grocery store that you go into, if it is a chain grocery store, all the Safeways kind of look alike. All the Fred Meyers kind of look alike. You go into a Whole Foods, you can pretty much find cereal in whatever Whole Foods you go into because you know where cereal is at in Whole Foods.
Yeah.
So they wanted to remodel Sam's Club so it would fit their layout plan for what a Winco is. So they file plans with the city to do so. The city then comes in and conducts a state environmental policy act process, and they say, hey, there's no significant environmental impact damage that you guys are going to be doing. Approved. Great job. Move on in. Do your remodel, and then we're excited to have, because we've talked about this many times, grocery stores are becoming less and less prevalent in this area, which makes it harder for people in areas that they then call food deserts to find options.
Well, also on the heel of the former Attorney General, now the Governor of Washington, stopping the merger between two of our largest grocery chains.
Yep.
And they're claiming that, hey, look, if we can't merge and be competitive with these super box stores like a Costco, like Amazon, then we're going to have to close some stores. And you're going to have some loss of opportunity in these communities.
Bob Ferguson got that antitrusted, shut it down.
And it seems like he's got it completely wrong.
Yep.
And the fallout of his decision and the fight that he won in court to keep the merger from happening. That being said, we have
then
Winco.
As a result, all of those Krogers and Fred Meyers, they started shutting down.
Yeah, you're losing Albertsons, you're losing Fred Meyers.
Now that's
you're
an interesting
Krogers.
part of the story because when those things were shutting down, you have local grocery store union reps being very loud about the dangers of losing grocery stores in this area. Specifically, there was one in Everett that was going to shut down.
Sure.
It did shut down. There was another one in Seattle. There was all these different spots. And you have this very large local union, which represents grocery store employees, very vocal about saying, like, hey, we want to make sure that people have places to shop so they don't get priced out and have it to travel, yada, 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 whatever. They're being strangely silent on this one. They're not talking a lot about the Winco not being able to go in and not having an option there for people on Aurora Avenue North.
You mean the grocery union folks?
The grocery union folks, which I find curious because they've been very loud anytime anything else really. If your business is grocery stores, right?
Yeah.
Then you think that a new grocery store coming in, options for people to shop, is a good thing. Now, the thing that's different here is Winco is not a unionized shop. And Winco, my theory is Winco's avoiding a big problem and probably dodged a bullet by not getting into the Seattle location.
Well, it's not a done deal now.
It's not a done deal. It's still possible they might get in, but I would caution them that what they're seeing in this moment before they even start building is what they can expect from Seattle for the rest of their time in Seattle. Look at all the other businesses that have been chased out. Bad for businesses, high taxes, not very friendly to people who want to come in here and risk a lot to try to make some money. They don't clean up the streets, all these different things. And I'm worried that if Winco, it's like you see a friend get involved with somebody who's not good enough for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen it many times.
Seen it many times. And you kind of debate to yourself. You're like, should I even say anything?
Right. Wouldn't a friend tell him the truth?
Yes. Wouldn't a friend
care about him.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The person they're trying to date might be stepping out on them, yada, yada. You want to make sure that they're happy, making the right long-term choices.
Reputation. He's got a bad reputation.
100%.
Yeah. He's not a good partner.
Doesn't treat you well.
Right.
Doesn't treat you well, or she doesn't treat you well, whatever.
Well, Winco's, by the way, I mentioned there's one just up in Evans, just north of the city line in Seattle there, in the South Evans area.
Yep.
But they're in Tacoma, Federal Way, Everett, Silverdale, Bremerton, Kent.
Yep.
You know, they're around, and they're around.
They're a Pacific Northwest originated chain.
Idaho, I believe, right, is where their origin is. Okay.
So I want to tell you,
I didn't realize they're employee owned.
Here's a cool thing about Winco, and I did not know this either, but this is fascinating. Winco is employee owned. They have something called the EP the ESOP system, which is Employee Stock Ownership Plan. So Winco was started by a guy way back in the 1960s, two guys, Ralph Ward and Bud Williams. When Ward passed away, the company transitioned to employee ownership. So then you have all these employees, and Winco is now owned by 20,000 employees. It's not traded on the stock market. They're not beholden to people trying to hedge funds squeezing extra money out of the stocks.
Right.
So Winco is owned by the employees, and Winco is featured all the time as a success story for people who start at Winco and they end up fabulously wealthy working at a grocery store. Now, you tell me, when you think of grocery store workers, do you think of millionaires?
No.
Commonplace at Winco, believe it or not.
Wow.
Which is what makes the store so amazing. I'm going to give you a little bit of this. I got some audio here I want to play for you, but I just want to give you a little bit of details on Winco, which is so cool. Winco, let's see here. They have the Employee Stock Ownership Program. Listen to these numbers. In 2014, 130 workers at a single store in Corvallis, Oregon, had a combined $100 million in ownership wealth across the company. 130 employees, 130 million in wealth.
Holy crap.
130 employees, 100 million in wealth. There are 400 frontline employees who are described as millionaire grocery clerks. And the reason is that when you start with the company, you get a little bit of ownership. And over time, however long it is, that compounds and it gets more and more and more.
$5,000 in stock each year is contributed from the company into your account if you're an employee at Winco.
And by the time, listen to this story of this woman here. I don't even know if I have time to play all this stuff. Her name is Kathy. This is from 2019. She started as a clerk, lowest level you could start.
That's yeah.
She ends up a vice president and is able to retire at an unbelievable age that you're not going to believe. Listen to this. This is Kathy, how she found herself working at a Winco. And again, this is the company that somebody, on the very final day when they could file a problem and create an issue for this company, this is the company that they want to keep out of Seattle. And you got to ask yourself why that is. Why would Seattle want to keep a company like this out? It's supposed to be the Lake Washington Coalition of something. What's the name of that group, Spike? Do you remember the name of it? Lake Washington Working Families.
They
have no local listing, but they do have an attorney in Portland.
They have an attorney in Portland, and as you brought up this morning, that maybe unionization is a factor. It's not just about environmental impact or community impact.
Could just
of
be
this
a
new
union
store
who doesn't want to see a non-union shop come in. Which we'll just keep watching and see if it continues to play out. But I think the silence about a grocery store not opening is pretty telling. But listen to this. This is Kathy, how she found herself working at Winco all those years ago. This is a video from 2019.
My name is Kathy. I'm the Vice President of Bulk Foods, and I've been with Winco for 30 years. I just quit a telemarketing job, and a friend of mine told me that Ware-Mart was hiring for cashiers at the time. So I took the job, and it was supposed to only be a part-time job while I finished college, and here I am 30 years later.
All right, so here's her journey from the bottom straight to the top.
Yeah, I started in 1989 as a cashier, making $4 an hour. Hard to believe. And that was above minimum wage at the time. And so after a little while, I became a grocery clerk. I worked the milk cooler and ran products up to the front for customers. Then I became what's now called a lead clerk, running the front end. Then I became a second assistant manager, then an assistant manager, then a store manager in 2002, where I moved to Stockton, California to open that store. Then I came back to Boise as a store manager in 2007, and then 5.5 years ago, I became the VP of Bulk Foods.
One of the things we were talking about, you and I didn't really understand. I have shopped at a Winco before, but it's not part of my regular shopping.
Sure.
But one of the things that maybe is a misconception is that they have bad products. It's not a good place to get stuff. That's apparently not the case.
That's not what I found. It's no frills. It's not bad stuff. It's not dated stuff.
It's good stuff. It's not packaged like a Whole Foods. Whole Foods is a nice experience.
No, you walk up to 20,000 packs of bacon.
This feels like
cooler.
a Costco. You're shopping at Costco.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yes, it's almost like a storeroom. You're shopping in a storeroom.
Which makes the moving into the Sam's Club venue seem perfect.
Seem perfect.
Absolutely perfect. But this organization, this Lake Washington Working Families.
They said because of an environmental reason, they're worried about this is going to greatly affect.
They compared what would the new Winco be compared to the old Sam's Club, and it wouldn't be much of a change. They said you got to compare it to what's sat empty for 5 years. That's the change they want to make.
We got used to a vacant store. How's it going to be the same?
But more importantly, there's evidence that the local grocers workers union, right, the UFCW 3000, they've got a history of being anti-Winco for the purpose, for the thing you brought up. It's a non-union shop.
It's a non-union shop. Listen to this. This lady at 49. I want you to see the financial position she's in 49.
The ESOP has been amazing. What it means for my future is that I have absolutely no worries. I'm retiring at 49 years old, and I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do for the rest of my life.
And I would say that sounds like a pretty great shop to me. And if Seattle is saying that they don't want a Winco in, when the city itself said, hey, you know what, all looks good, and then they bow down to this pressure from who, Lord knows who it is, in Portland, Seattle just may not deserve Winco.
Well, Seattle's not the one. It's this group. Maybe Seattle has common sense.
This group needs to step forward and prove they are who they say they are. Okay. Because if they're not really the Lake Washington working families, even though their address is listed in Portland, Winco sounds like a pretty great place to me. Seattle would be lucky to have it. It would definitely be a step up. Yeah. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. April showers bring May, not flowers, unfortunately. Clogged and overflowing gutters is what we usually get. However, Valentine Roofing, they've got you covered. Right now, you can bundle and save 10% off your entire job when you add new gutters to any new roofing project. Plus, with flexible financing available and payments as low as $159 a month, Valentine makes it easy. So schedule your free roofing and gutter estimate today to bundle and save 10%. You can reach them by calling 206-ROOFING. That's 206-ROOFING.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at Amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
DUI? Felony charge? Trust Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA. Over 30 years serving the Pacific Northwest and hundreds of 5-star reviews. Every mistake has a solution at 1-800-DUI-OA.
1-800-DUI-OA.
The action is fierce, the energy is over the top, and it's a night you don't want to miss. It's Excite Fight Live MMA at Muckleshoot Casino Resort on Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. See a full night of incredible combat when MMA fighters face off in the cage and turn the excitement all the way up. Get your tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you guys want to get in on any of these conversations, you can text us at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. This is a weird story. I'm not one who usually gives in to conspiracy theories and weird stuff, but I got to say, this one is confusing to me. Over the past few years, there's been a bunch of scientists that have gone missing or turned up dead. And I was reading into this a bunch, and these are not scientists that you would expect to find, like if somebody's working on the Manhattan Project, you go like, okay, well, that makes sense. They'd be like 85 years old now. That makes,
okay, yeah, okay. I thought you meant from the nature of their studies. You're talking about the age factor.
Yeah. If you look at the actuarial tables, they should probably be nearing the end of their run. But all the scientists that have gone missing, only one would fall under the age range that a person would normally pass away, like likely to, die at some point. And they didn't even die. They're just missing. There's 10 now. I think maybe 11. Is it the 11th one we've just gotten to? So much so, it's risen to the level of the White House. The White House was asked about it. This is Fox News' Peter Doocy, who asked Trump about all these missing scientists. Trump says that they're looking into it. And then I'm gonna go down this list with you of these missing scientists, and we can talk about it in just a second.
There are these 10 missing scientists with access to classified stuff, nuclear...
Trump was on his way to Vegas recently and was asked about this just before boarding the, is it Marine One?
Material, aerospace. They've all gone missing or turned up dead in the last couple months. Based on what you've been briefed, what do you think is happening here, and do you think that this is connected or totally random?
Well, I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left the meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff, but we're going to be now. Hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it over the next short period.
The first time...
Oh, Mr. President.
Was that?
All of them. Every person is an important person. I know sometimes, oh gosh, God love them. God love them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to say, you know what, I just left a meeting with that. We're looking into. We'll have answers for you shortly.
Sure.
And stop.
Okay.
And stop.
Some
of them are important people worth looking into.
Well, three of them.
All of them are,
Three
sir.
of them, not so much.
All of them.
This was the first one that came onto my radar was this guy out of Albuquerque. He was a retired Air Force general, and his job when he was in service was he was in charge of, in Albuquerque, this air base that housed, supposedly, the remnants of the Roswell alien crash.
Right.
Whatever that was, again, if it even happened, whatever. And it was so mysterious. He goes missing, goes out on a hike, he goes missing. His wife puts out a message, and this is like shortly after the Nancy Guthrie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy that she still hasn't been found, by the way. But his wife puts out a message on Facebook talking to whoever might have abducted him, saying that he doesn't know anything about aliens. Please let him go. He doesn't know anything. And that got the attention of a lot of people. They were like, wait a minute. That's a strange thing to say on a Facebook post about your missing husband. Most people would assume, because I think the guy was, how old was he? Like 70-something, that guy went missing?
Yeah.
68.
Yeah.
Most people would assume like a silver alert situation.
Sure.
But all of these people have now gone missing. Listen to this list. Michael David Hicks, 59. Monica Reza, 60. Melissa Casillas, 53. Nuno Lorillo, 47. Jason Thomas, 45. I mean, the list goes on, and only one of them is 78.
Right.
And he's missing.
Right.
What do you think's happening?
Well, they all have a related field of study.
And they're all related in their science.
And you remember a couple months ago when it was like inevitable that the evidence of alien contact was going to be coming out. Just a couple months ago. It was all you heard. Nothing. Silence. And in that same period, 10 different scientists are either missing or turned up dead. I don't like to build my own tinfoil hats. It's cheap when you buy them in bulk. But at some point, you got to start saying...
John's got some on his desk, actually.
He's got a listener that sends him customs. At some point, you got to wonder if the president's having a high-level meeting about this.
They don't just ask random questions on accident. Somebody told Ducey, hey, ask him about this, because they're going to have
missing or dead scientists.
Yeah, it's very confusing. All right, we'll stay on top of it, because that story's picking up speed. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Golden Crest Metals helps investors understand how physical gold and silver can be held inside qualified retirement accounts without pressure or confusion. Our team brings decades of experience in precious metals and retirement planning with a focus on clear education, straightforward pricing, and a process designed to put clients first. Why do investors choose Golden Crest Metals? Experience, transparency, and a client-first approach. Tune into The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels every Saturday at 1 p.m.
511 is now part of Seattle, and they're celebrating at South Center Mall this Saturday, April 18th. 511 makes purpose-built gear, including pants, shirts, bags, and more, built to handle whatever your day throws at you. Come see it for yourself. Meet pro rider Carrie Hart and enter to win a trip to Salt Lake Supercross, including 2 tickets and $2,000 in cash. Join them from 10 to 6, one day only, Saturday, April 18th at South Center.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better. Better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. TurboTax helps you get your biggest refund, and then Credit Karma helps you do more with it. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by DEA Take Back Day.
I'm Wendy Gillette. Iran has reopened the Strait of Hormuz, which could lower oil and gas prices. Oil closed down more than 10%, and stocks finished with big gains. The Dow added 856 points. The S&P was up 83, and the NASDAQ was up 363. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
It's going to take a little while to turn back on the volume and get back to, quote, normal.
But analyst Rob Thummel says he hopes the days of $100 a barrel are over.
We think that there will continue to be a geopolitical risk premium built into oil prices, but not like what we're seeing today, not the $20, $30, $40, sometimes even $40 a barrel. I think what we'll see is more of an oil price that's probably in the 70s.
And the freer flow of oil would take pressure off prices not just for gasoline, but also groceries and other products.
President Trump says the U.S. has reached a deal with Iran on uranium. Iran's foreign minister disputes that characterization. The BBC's Lise Doucette.
Despite the military and economic losses of this war, Iran doesn't think it has lost this war. So it's not ready to surrender to what it sees as a deal on Washington's terms.
World Cup fans trying to get to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey using NJ Transit trains for games this summer will pay around 10 times the fare of a daily commuter, about $150 round trip from New York City. NJ Transit President and CEO Chris Kaluri.
New Jersey commuters cannot and will not subsidize the movement of fans going to the game because that would not be fair.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced questions from Democrats at a House hearing about his beliefs and policies on autism, vaccines, and gun violence. Georgia Congresswoman Lucy McBath.
My son Jordan Davis was murdered in a shooting at just 17 years of age. Simple answer, yes or no. Do you believe that gun violence is an epidemic or a public health crisis?
I would say it's an epidemic. I think it's a law enforcement issue and not public health.
A former Alabama football player and another man allegedly posed as NFL players in a multi-million-dollar fraud case. CBS's Michael Wallace has the details.
Luther Davis won a national championship at Alabama in 2010.
Crimson Tide wins the national championship.
Federal prosecutors say Davis and his co-conspirator C.J. Evans wore wigs and makeup to impersonate 3 NFL players during.
This is CBS News.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, April 25th. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com.
An iconic Seattle landmark shuts down. More on that coming up. But first, a check on your KIRO News Radio traffic brought to you by Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Here in Seattle, North 5, we're heavy just before the West Seattle Bridge past I-90, and then again just past Mercer across the Ship Canal Bridge. Per usual at this time of day, about 25 minutes to get through all this. South 5, we're looking at scattered slowing from the U District to I-90, Linwood to Seattle, just under 20 minutes. Northbound 405 is crowded through Canyon Park. You're a little crowded south 405 through Factoria, and North 405 is slow through the Renton S-curves. If you're heading through JBLM, South 5, you've got close to a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup now near that main gate. This month, when you install a new AC or heat pump, you'll get a free furnace from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Scheduled today at dayandnight.net.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A retired Marysville cop is sharing his story after losing 197 pounds without surgery or injections. Here's KIRO's Amanda Factor.
Dave Vasconi was 42 years old and 408 pounds when he strained his back just sleeping.
The doctor sent me home with a note that said I had a week off, and I laid there and I pondered my life. And I thought to myself, what will I weigh next year, and what will I weigh the year after that, and when will I be dead?
He told Seattle's Morning News he didn't think he'd live past 50. So he started walking and changed the way he ate. The weight came off over 3 years, and he's kept it off for 15 now. He hopes his book, Redemption, will inspire others.
I think however you can lose it, lose it.
Vasconi brought his old size 58 jeans into the studio. He's now down to a 34, 36. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
An iconic Seattle parking garage with a checkered history is now closed. The Seattle Times reports all entrances are blocked at the sinking ship parking garage in Pioneer Square. The garage, which was built in the 60s, has seen its share of controversy with a man killed after a gunfight inside the garage earlier this year. The owners also face a wrongful death lawsuit connected to another fatal shooting 2 years ago. A jury has found a 22-year-old man guilty of killing a Seattle high school student last year. KIRO 7's El Thomas looks at what's next for Israel Barriga Vargas.
Witnesses say Barriga Vargas refused to let Salvador Granillo Jr. inside a house party in Yakima. Barriga Vargas claimed self-defense, saying Granillo punched him in the face before he was shot.
He is set to be sentenced May 11th. Well, relief is in sight if you're trying to figure out your gas budget for the rest of the month, but it may not happen quickly. KIRO News Radio's John Repp has the story.
After a sudden spike in prices, Patrick DeHaan, petroleum analyst with Gas Buddy, says prices are staying over $4 a gallon nationally and over $5.50 a gallon in the Seattle region. The good news, he says, is that prices will start to drop soon. He predicts over the weekend. However,
it's going to take many weeks for catch up to happen. I've been saying, for every day, it's going to need at least a week to catch up. And we're at, 47 days of this.
John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Let's check out that weather. A nice spring day ahead, mostly sunny near 60 this afternoon. A warming trend through the weekend with highs near 70. Sunny and 52 in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Man, that last hour was fast. I'm sweating. It was so fast. I do sweat a lot, though. Are you a sweater? Do you sweat a lot?
Yeah, I sweat.
Yeah.
Look at me. Come on.
People
buddy.
can tell. They hear us talking.
I brought my own insulation. Yeah, that's what it is.
They're sweaty. Not hot. I'm sorry. Those guys sound sweaty. Which is nice.
They do a nice job here at the Bonneville KIRO Studios.
With the AC?
With the AC, yeah.
We
they do a really nice
we
job.
turn it on.
Yeah.
So the show before us. Ursula must keep it hot in here. She's got a little space heater behind her seat.
She does, yeah.
Which I have to turn off every day.
Yeah.
Now, she smells really nice, too, so I don't mind it. Right. She's a lovely lady. I've known her for 20 years.
Yeah. And she is a well-put-together man as well.
But Ursula keeps it so warm in here.
I know. I come in and I immediately...
She's a woman. And women like it hot. It's hot. Save that drop if you want. I prefer it cold. My wife keeps our house, I told you this before, our thermostat doesn't touch below 74, ever.
You know what? I remember when you told me that, and I thought about it, not excessively. I don't want to be creepy. But it's where you were raised.
Awake at night wondering
if your wife is warm enough.
Yeah.
Save that drop. It's how you're raised. Because I'm the same way at home. I'd rather it was chilly in my house.
100%.
I really would.
Put on a sweater. I can hear my dad's voice saying it.
Exactly.
God bless you, Dad. I'm still thinking about it. He's still with us, but I'm thinking about him.
Twice in my life, our house hit 70 degrees. Those were the 2 times I burned our house down. That was the only way. I kept telling the old man, if either turn up the thermostat or I'm going to build a fire in here.
Do something about it.
Right. No, seriously, the old man, he didn't want to heat the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I never had an air conditioner in my life.
Your dad probably said the same thing mine did. We're not made of money, son.
I'm not made of money. I'm not.
Thermostat doesn't go above. We literally put a thing next to it so you couldn't raise it above because we had an old-fashioned house.
Right.
We had a little thing where you have to tink it up.
Yeah, sure. You bet.
We put a piece of tape.
Oh, the old man put a screw in ours.
Oh, that's smart.
You couldn't.
Yeah, but our tape was there for so long that it kind of fossilized. So if somebody had moved it, it would have been very obvious. It was dry tape. Never went above 68. And then I get married, never go, and it's digital, so there's not the same thing. But it never goes below 74.
I bet your wife grew up in a very warm, and I don't mean that in a loving sense. We all grew up in loving homes.
Yeah.
My Chile home was loving. My mom was always hugging us, rubbing her arms, warm up.
It's true. No, I don't know. I think it's a woman thing because my sister grew up in the same cold house and she's always freezing. So every time we go over to their house, hot.
Maybe it is.
It's like, ugh, it's too hot. Which means my mom's a saint. Put up with my dad in this cold house.
You know what it is? Women have eggs. You got to keep eggs cool.
You got to keep the eggs warm.
Keep
That's
the eggs
right.
cool. Or warm. You got to keep them warm. Yeah.
And what we got, they actually say you got to cool it down.
Got to cool them down.
Isn't that funny?
Right.
And that's the truth. That really is science.
You can't beat genetics.
If you want to,
it's no getting around.
What's Ursula say? Ursula just texted me. Ursula says, it's too hot for me too. I don't sit next to that heater. Oh, okay. Well, she says it's not hers.
Okay, it's cheese.
Then it's cheese here.
It's cheese.
Well, my entire theory about women is wrong. But back to man's reproductive health. This is true. If you're trying to have a baby,
sure,
they say you got to keep them cool.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
boxers.
Yeah,
right?
Boxers are helpful.
Yeah,
you don't want
it's about airflow.
Well, there's a reason it's outside our body.
Yeah,
you don't want
right,
it shouldn't be too
outdoor. Outdoor plumbing.
I mean, that all makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, Spike and I do a biology segment. We explain.
We
a lot
love
of things to
science.
people. We love science.
We're always told stick to the news, but we just love science.
We just can't get enough of it. Should we, sticking to the news, the number one news story of the day has got to be Iran, right?
Yeah, you think so.
It's Iran.
Iran.
Do we have the song? I asked for the song. Do we have the song?
Iran's so far away.
You didn't have the song? Okay. That was a great song.
Yeah.
Can we get that song to play?
Why don't you sing us a couple
No.
bars?
I'd like you to get it. Please get the song.
I never thought I'd meet a girl like you.
It's a great song. It feels a little celebratory because it feels like
Iran's
they're actually
so far away.
It's a good song and good hair.
Yeah. Great hair.
So Iran has said, in line with the ceasefire, Iran?
I don't know. Just bugging you.
Potato. In line,
blockade. Who knows?
Lebanon.
Hormuz.
Is there two ways to say Lebanon?
Lebanese.
No.
Lebanon.
There we go.
Really? That joke has sailed through the Strait of Hormuz because it's open. Boom. Iran so far. Because they're British.
Looking good for what's happening in Iran right now.
Well, we'll see.
They said the passage is open. All commercial vessels through Strait of Hormuz, not Straits, Jansley, is declared completely open for the remaining period of ceasefire on the coordinated route as already announced by Ports and Maritime Organization of the Islamic Republic of Iran. That was their official statement.
From who?
From Iran.
From Iran, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that through coordination with the Iranian Republican Guard. Right?
Yeah.
That's what's going on now is that it's open to commercial vessels that are approved by the Iranian government.
Well,
and from what I'm reading, and pay a toll, a $2 million toll.
The toll hasn't
to have it open.
I haven't seen the toll part yet, but I did. I have seen. But it's completely possible. But I have not seen if that's a for sure thing. But it's open.
This was a source. This is the Iranian parliament speaker.
Sure.
Ghalibaf, I hope I got that right, says the Hormuz opening will be practically limited with three conditions. One, all passage rerouted through Iranian territorial waters via the Larak Island, a historically unprecedented change ensuring Iran's sovereignty over the strait forever. Only commercial ships are allowed, with Iran alone deciding which ships qualify, enemy-linked vessels excluded, and tolls still required for security provisions. That's again from the Iranians. Okay. And all transit will be coordinated by the IRGC Navy, which I thought was at the bottom of the ocean, but that's neither here nor there. That's the thing and it's only in place during this ceasefire.
Yeah.
Because great.
It's not a full deal yet. They haven't handed over the dust.
They're not blowing anything up for the next how many days we got. And there's now talk I heard that there's going to extend this ceasefire as long as ongoing productive talks
continue.
Yeah,
that would be nice. Oil prices diving down. That's great. Well,
that's on the prediction. That's on the prediction market. You know, they just had during the last newscast that
dropped 12% today. It might even be more than that, but dropped 12% today.
One of the experts that they cited in that news piece says that for every day that the Strait has been closed, they anticipate about a week's worth of recovery time for it to get back to pre-Iranian war conflict pricing. So 47 days, that's 47 weeks, that's 11 months.
Yeah.
Before we get, it's been almost a month and a half, 2 months.
It's funny how often the experts don't know something from a hole in the ground, though. You know what I
but
mean?
this guy wasn't political. This guy wasn't a part of the Iranian.
I'm not saying he's political. I'm just saying he's an expert. As soon as I see expert, I go, meh.
Yeah, it's tough to have faith.
So he's saying 11 months.
He's saying 47 weeks. If his equation of
let's check
a week to a day.
Okay,
so when we get back to the numbers we were at beforehand.
Stock market doing pretty well, which is nice.
They love some a cease of hostility.
Yeah, they love news.
And we all do. Come on, we all want this to be done.
We all do. It's like on Home Alone. Hey, we all do.
Although I said this in the last break with regard to the president speaking about the missing scientist or the dead scientist, and some of those guys were really important. Yeah. Sometimes I wish the president would just not feel the urge to share so much. I mean, there's a story. The president released a statement today that Iran has.
Iran's another option. Iran, call it that.
They have agreed to give up their nuclear enriched dust.
Yeah.
And then the Iranians come out and said we have no agreement in any way, shape, or form that says we're going to do that.
Sure.
Why? I mean, why does the president feel the need to just keep making these claims to reassure the American people? I get that everybody wants to be peace and prosperity and happiness and get this behind us. I get all that.
Sure.
But say, hey, we're in talks. They're productive, and just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Don't make the Iranians come out and say, you're full of beans. Which they immediately did. So we got no agreement to release anything.
Doesn't mean they're right either.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But why?
Who knows?
And that's the uncertainty that the markets hate.
Yep.
Is let's just say we're talking and
I want to related to all this. Yesterday we had Susan Delbany on the show. I don't want to belabor this point too long, but I just want to play a clip from her time on the show because she came out with a video recently where she was talking about how much Washingtonians are hurting because of the Iran war and all the gas prices and yada yada.
Yeah.
The average price of gasoline across Washington state is $5.40 a gallon. That's $1 more than it was before this reckless war started in Iran. And even in Western Washington, it's even more, hurting families, making it harder when people are already struggling with high prices, all because of this reckless war. It has to end.
All right. My take on it is she's totally valid in her concerns. I don't knock anybody who disagrees with the war. I don't know a lot about the Middle East from the people who are formerly from Iran or the things I'm seeing online about the people in Iran. I am greatly moved by their stories of how horrible it was in that country. So that tends to skew my perspective on that a little bit. But I totally understand people who don't want to be involved in this in any way. And she clearly doesn't. She said multiple times, like, hey, I voted against it, yada, yada. So, but she is commenting on the pain at the pump, which is a valid concern and something that everybody is feeling, and I totally understand that. I'm at the gas pump the other day. We talked about this. I'm at Costco paying like $5.20 a gallon or something like that. Yeah. Costco's usually very reliably under $4.
Yeah, 40, 50 cents cheaper than your average station.
Yes. And so I'm like, listen, I totally get it. But what I was asking from her was a little bit of empathy as well for people who are also suffering as a result of the other war that state of Washington is fighting, which is against climate change. And they're fighting this war, and they're trying to solve it from Washington, and it costs people a lot of money. And I asked her about this, and I pressed her on a little bit, and you're going to hear a couple of clips here, and she's not in politics for no reason. This lady can talk. I don't know if she's going to join us again on the show, but I hope that she does because I do appreciate when people come on, even if they have different points of view. But I asked her, I said, hey, in the middle of all this Iran stuff, why is Idaho so much cheaper than Washington? Right now, Washington, so those are the prices. Regular, $5.39, premium, $5.88, and diesel, $6.92. And I think all of us are praying this Iran war ends soon and some of these prices can come back down. In Idaho today, gas prices are $4.31 for regular, $4.87 for premium, and diesel's $5.46. It's like $1.50 less per gallon. Why is that?
Well, prices are different depending on where you are across the country. But I can tell you that people are hit hard across the country because of rising costs.
I know across the country, but specifically
across the board.
Specifically
Housing,
between Washington
food,
and Idaho.
Healthcare. how prices have skyrocketed across the board.
She just did not want to talk about the CCA, which
again, and she said that too. That's a state policy. She's a federal representative.
I understand that.
When we played the original tape of the video that spurred us to ask her to come on and join this show.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about how gas prices, and this is all because of, that's the word. This is all because of the president's war.
Yeah.
And that's disingenuous. I'm with her on the fact that tariffs have hurt the economy, at least made it harder for people.
Sure.
This war has not just caused oil prices and gas prices, fertilizer prices, got a lot of ag in the state, especially in her first congressional district.
Yeah.
The health care subsidies, right or wrong about whether
no problem with those complaints, but if she's not willing to look at the other cost increases as well, then
you can't say it's all on the president. You got to at least say, look, I know we're making a commitment to the environment in Washington, and that makes it harder on folks as well. But you're asking her to call her own party leaders chuckleheads.
I'm not asking her to call her chuckleheads. And this is, I'm going to play this other clip.
Okay.
I pressed her on it, and I'll explain to you why she missed a tremendous opportunity to distinguish herself as an authentic person that actually cares about people.
Okay.
And I gave her the option multiple times. She neglected to take it every single time. But listen, as I tried to just get a little bit of like, hey, people are also suffering from this other thing. Things are very tight right now. Please see that. And she doesn't want to see it, but here it is. When you're home in town, have you been seeing the local stories about energy costs that are going up? The prices for energy companies are wanting to raise prices. Have you seen those?
We've seen energy costs across the board. Like I said, go to the grocery store. Just look at how much you pay for groceries right now.
But here's a specific question
People
for
are
you.
impacted across the board.
I don't mean to
here.
cut you off. I do have to ask this question specifically. When it comes to the energy costs in Washington State, the reason that they're talking about raising, I think PSC wanted to raise it $51 a month. That's $600 a year for the average family for PSC. And the reason they cited was the extra costs from the CCA, because they have to buy those carbon offsets.
Yeah.
Those same things. Washington State usually has about $1 more expensive gallon than Oregon or Idaho. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I'm fully on board with what you're saying. The costs are so much because of the Iran situation, but when that goes away...
Tariffs have had a huge impact on costs.
100%.
And we're a trade-dependent state. That's had a disproportionate impact on our state.
Specifically, can you talk about the CCA, though?
So, but let's also talk about the investments we can make to address a huge challenge that we face around the globe and definitely in our region.
Listen, I'm all for helping people around the globe.
Investments in clean renewable energy. If we want clean renewable energy, which has been a place where Washington State has differentiated itself.
All right, you can hear there's just zero interest in answering the question, so I gave her one more chance. I said, please take this opportunity to show a little sympathy for what people are feeling. What do you say to those people? Just like standing in front of the gas sign and talking about the Iran war, which I applaud you for. What do you say to those people who are frustrated with the CCA saying, listen, I love the environment. I want a clean earth as much as possible, but right now I can't afford this.
I want to say, let's make investments that help lower costs across the board, that make sure we have strong economic opportunity going forward.
She just had zero interest in what I was saying.
She's got her agenda. She's got her
No, I know, but that's the problem. She's elected by people. She's a first district, right, in Washington.
Yeah,
that's where she is.
Snohomish.
She's King County and Snohomish. This is my representative. And as somebody who's going to D.C. and who's representing us in D.C., I would like her to also be interested in, listen, federal stuff, great.
Mm-hmm.
She's also a citizen of Washington. She's also voting for people in Washington who are doing these things. I looked into her voting record. Does she have any instances where she tried to make gas cheaper by exploring more options and finding more types of fuels? She's about the clean energy stuff.
Well, that's from her perspective, that's an option.
Here's the problem.
Because
I have no problem with clean energy.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a problem with how expensive it is for the average person. The justification for it always is someday it's going to get cheaper for you and it's going to be better for the environment. It's usually not even because it's going to get cheaper. It's usually just it's going to be better for the environment down the road. Nobody can afford down the road these days. You know, the average person in the state of in all of the United States, the average family has less than $500 saved up.
Someone has $500?
Exactly.
Sorry, yeah.
So here's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have companies like PSC who are in a position because they're forced to because of these CCA auctions to raise it $51 a month, or that Northwest Natural, that other company,
right?
Who the AG
natural
is
gas distributor for
natural
the Southwest.
Gas, who the AG is trying to get shut down, shut down the company. He's trying to stop them from being able to increase their product. They're only increasing it. They showed $12 a month. They want to increase it directly responsible, 100% exactly what the CCA is costing them extra. And my problem is when I give her the opportunity to just say, hey, you know what? I understand this is painful for people, but this is something that we believe in. She doesn't even do that.
Yeah.
She just says, clean, clean, clean. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. It's ignoring people. I feel like, what's that movie with what's-her-face? Glenn Close, where she boils the bunny? I'm sick of being ignored, Dan. I mean, like, I feel like she's making me, what is it?
Indecent proposal.
Fatal attraction.
Fatal attraction. Indecent proposal was the Demi Moore.
I won't be ignored, Dan.
Right.
That's what I feel like when I listen to somebody like Del Bene who just keeps talking and talking and talking. I'm just like, listen, take the opportunity to express that you understand what these people are feeling.
Show some empathy for the folks in the state that you represent.
DC's a buck cheaper. During the Iran war, DC's a buck cheaper than everywhere we got Washington.
Yeah.
But for some reason, she's okay living in DC. I don't know how she's okay with living in DC since they're not fighting the climate like we are here in Washington.
That's a necessary
But it
evil
gets
to
my
the
blood
job.
going, just like that bunny in the pot of water. And it bugs me that she's not willing to, like, listen to words. Am I going crazy? I feel like I'm going crazy.
It's all good, man.
It's just like when you toss people softballs and they swing and miss, it bugs you. And what a missed opportunity. And I had her on because I was like, listen, this is nice that you're standing in front and caring about gas prices. But if you're not willing to acknowledge that we're routinely one of the most expensive, like top 2 states in the country, fighting a climate war, then you're being a hypocrite. All right, we got a lot more. Stick around.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly it's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code STATION for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code STATION for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's STATION.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Upgrade your comfort and cut utility costs with Lake Washington Windows. Get 20% off energy-efficient windows and doors plus $1,000 off whole projects while taking 12 months to pay with no interest. Schedule your estimate by April 30th at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Iran has agreed to, quote, everything. President Trump tells CBS News, saying the two sides are expected to meet again this weekend to negotiate an end to the war. The president also says Iran has agreed to completely open the Strait of Hormuz, as we hear from CBS's Natalie Brandt.
In a major development Friday morning, Iran's foreign minister announced the strait would be open to commercial vessels along the coordinated route.
We're now starting to see some vessels are looking to leave the Mideast Gulf.
But analysts say even if it does fully reopen, it could take months for traffic to return to normal.
And on the issue of Iran's enriched uranium, the two sides are offering different messages.
President Trump told CBS News Iran has agreed to stop enriching uranium forever and that the U.S. and Iran would work together to remove Iran's enriched uranium, adding the U.S. will take it. Iran's foreign minister says that enriched uranium would not be transferred and that Iran has not agreed to hand it over. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Out of Wall Street, stocks jumped big time. Oil prices dropped on today's news. Dow closed 868 points higher. S&P up 85. The Nasdaq gained 366 points. That's up 1.5%. Now, many drivers want to know when gas prices will drop. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says the national average remains over $4. He says relief is in sight.
By later tonight, stations are going to start more aggressively lowering prices. So, Sunday afternoon, I'm going to guess that 405 is going to drop back below 4.
Average price per gallon in the Seattle area remains over $5.50. Well, he is an unlikely internet mini celebrity, a 90-year-old receipt checker at the Costco in Covington, known for never cracking a smile. The Seattle Times reports Lee Waters retires tomorrow. He has more than 15,000 fans on a Facebook group dedicated to him. Waters says he adopted that grim-faced persona to, quote, Look like a badass. Good for you, Lee. 1:33. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
All righty, I got to see this guy. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. No surprises on any of our major routes this afternoon. Of course, we've got some heavy volumes North 5 through Seattle. Scattered backup starting before the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal. Plan on a half hour to make it through downtown. South 5, we're looking at scattered slowing from Lake City Way to I-90. 20 minutes from Linwood into downtown Seattle. Both of our lake bridges are looking great. South 405, you're filling in between Factoria and Renton. Bellevue to Renton, just under 20 minutes. And South 5 through JBLM, you've got about a 3-mile solid backup near the main gate, Tacoma to Olympia, right around a 40-minute commute. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Some increasing clouds for this afternoon, but no rain in the forecast through the weekend. Upper 50s today, mid to upper 60s through the weekend. Right now it is 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we're going to talk about movies for just a second. It's Friday. People watch movies on the weekend, so we figured it's a good time. I saw this story yesterday. I got very excited about this. Top Gun 3. It's a go. People are doing it. They're making it.
It's greenlit. You're a greenlit.
Greenlit
Maverick.
Cleared for takeoff, yeah. Maverick.
What do they call it? Not the path is clear. What do they call it when they
pattern?
The pattern's clear. There you go.
Negative Ghost Rider. Pattern is full.
There you go. Pattern is full.
This is going to be obviously a massive, massive movie. The sequel, Top Gun Maverick, which was done how many years after the original? What was the original movie? 1980 something, right?
Well, this new one's going to be 40th anniversary of the new one. Is that what I'm reading here? Right?
Insane.
Yeah, this year's the 40th anniversary.
This is the 40th anniversary of Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick came out in 2022.
Okay, so 36 years.
36 years, wow.
Since that's a long time to wait for a sequel. Well worth the wait, though, because I thought that movie was awesome.
Save the movies.
Yeah,
at the time.
That's what they said.
Yeah, it was post-COVID. People weren't going back to the theaters. You needed a blockbuster. You needed a man like Maverick.
You needed it.
But do we still need it?
What you needed was a hero. Are you not excited about this?
I'm worried. I'm worried that and there's a couple different releases coming out.
Tom Cruise. He's going to be
he's 109 now.
Probably 66, 67.
Well, that's it's funny because we fell in love with Tom Cruise. What Risky Business?
Yeah.
Before that, All the Right Moves. If you remember The Outsiders. Tom Cruise became a superstar.
63. He's only 63. Actually, yeah. I thought he was older.
He became a blockbuster, a megastar.
Yeah, he's been so
very,
famous
very
for so
early in
long.
life. Yes,
yeah.
He's been 40 plus years in America's part of American culture, a cornerstone of American culture. So you can have this here.
Favorite Tom Cruise movie?
See, I like the Reacher movies. I thought he was great as Reacher, even though he's too short to be Jack Reacher.
He's like a foot and a half too short to be Jack Reacher.
It's a great Tom Cruise movie, just not a great Jack Reacher movie. Watch the show on Amazon.
I love the show. Yeah. The guy that's Reacher. He's 6'19", whatever. The guy's monstrous.
Yeah, but the movie's fun though.
I love Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible movies. He's great in Mission Impossible. He's great. Carries the franchise. Yeah. That franchise made billions of dollars.
They're also a cool thing they did with Mission Impossible is the first movie was fantastic. Second movie, kind of a sequel. Third movie, J.J. Abrams started getting it back on track. Fourth movie, Christopher McQuarrie comes in. Usual Suspects fame.
Yep.
He writes and I believe directs the movie. And the cool thing about those movies is they use, in an era where you can have CGI to make anything, he discovers that, you know what? The audience knows when something is fake. They know the difference between a Pixar and a real movie. So if we're making a real movie, why are we giving them Pixar graphics? And he goes and he's like, let's do practical effects. So as much as they could, they would do practical effects, which included Tom Cruise doing a lot of his own stunts.
He insists on that's what worries me. That's what worries me.
Oh, because he's.
I mean, God love him. He's 63. I'm 63. We're totally different specimens.
I don't know. I feel like with a couple months working out, you and Tom Cruise, you shave that beard.
Sure,
I think you can do it.
I could be a stunt double.
Yeah.
If he wants to pay. Remember when they had Fat Thor in one of the Marvel movies? I could be like Fat Maverick.
Fat Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maverick, we need you in that jet.
Right.
It would be
pizza.
ideal if you could put
I
on
can't
about
fit. You know, I mean, trying to zip up
Is
my
there any way
flight
you could
suit.
gain 150 pounds, Matt?
Yeah.
The jet's too light. We need like a fatter version of you. He's like, give me a month. And then you are able to stick in.
Way to the pizza zone.
Yum.
I worry about, because guy will not do his own stunts. To your point
wherever
about
he can, he
the
will do his
quality.
own stuff,
I mean,
yeah.
guys, he's literally been strapped to the side of moving airplanes.
That's the coolest.
It is cool. I'm getting you. It's
so
cool.
But to
we're
watch
gonna-
him do that. He's just hanging.
Do we want to risk Tom Cruise?
Yes. Yeah. It's not me.
Fair enough.
I'm fine with it.
Fair enough.
He's doing a great job, and they strap him in.
No, he is. He does a phenomenal job.
There's a sequence in what's it with Henry Cavill? I'm trying to remember which
The
one.
Mission Impossible Fallout, where Henry Cavill has to reload his arms. He's
Not
like,
that.
click
no.
clack.
That's cool. And he like mysteriously grows a beard. But,
Yes.
But Tom Cruise in that movie, they do a sequence where they're skydiving out of a jet.
Yeah.
And over Paris, and they had to film that. I mean, that's all practically done, and
Exactly.
they filmed it like a million times. And Tom Cruise just flies on up, jumps out of a plane, flies on up, jumps out of a plane. It's so expensive to buy insurance to cover these guys for these movies because if anything goes wrong, these are $250 million ventures to
Right.
make these movies. And if anything goes wrong and you lose your star, which is why they don't traditionally let movie stars do stunts.
Exactly.
But when your movie star is the biggest movie star in the world.
Yeah, but at that point, is it even more? How long are they going to tell Tom Cruise, okay, you get to do that?
Well, who can
you
tell
want
Tom
to
Cruise
do
to
that.
do anything? Nobody pushes Tom Cruise around.
What if they, okay, so here's the deal, Tom. We could spend $250 million having you jump out of jets, or how about this? We give you $250 to let us do it on a computer.
See, I don't think he would because he's already worth
He's
like
already
$100 billion
you're right,
or something.
you're right.
So he doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
He wants to prove himself, which is why he's breaking ankles and doing stuff, jumping across crazy things.
Is that the movie you're most? I mean, because that's what coming out. They just greenlit it, so it won't be out
Yeah, it's
for
not
another
gonna
2
be out for
years,
a year and a half,
right? But
easy,
this
2
year
years.
we got the next installment of the Meet the Parents, Meet the Falkers,
We
Little
got
Falkers.
we got that movie.
Right.
Are you excited about that?
Falker in-laws.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
You are excited.
I
about
am,
that. Do we have audio on this?
Because Robert De Niro does his own stunts.
Nah, it's a 2.5 minute trailer, and I couldn't really find anything in there. But basically, Ariana Grande is the engaged to Ben Stiller's kid, who is now a grown adult.
Okay.
And apparently, the Ariana Grande character has more in common with the Robert De Niro character. She works for the CIA also, and is a hostage negotiation.
Did you know that those
It's kinda
movies?
fun.
I mean, it's funny that was a really funny movie. Meet the Parents was a funny movie.
The original one was great.
Was great. Yeah.
What's your favorite line from that original movie?
Oh God, I have
Is it
nipples,
the
Greg.
same one?
Of course. If it's not, that line should be carved in granite.
I don't have it. I thought I had that as a drop. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
Anything with nipples can be milked. Yeah, that's one of the greatest lines, Mr. Jinx.
It was so awkward. It was
greatest.
almost like a whole new genre of movies. You're just sitting there watching somebody be so awkward with his in-laws. It was so funny. It was great. Ben Stiller had a run.
Those movies have made over $1 billion. Those three.
Have
And
they
now they're
really?
doing over $1 billion in box office.
That's crazy.
For the Meet the Falkers. And I love the Dustin. Was it Dustin Hoffman and Barbra Streisand? Right, where Greg's parents. I didn't know you could get 9th place ribbons.
Yes.
That movie's they've got legs.
Very funny.
And this might be one more time to the well. I'd like to see a crossover. Meet the Mavericks, where Tom Cruise is.
Where he has a kid.
Where they're marrying into that family and they're both at the wedding. I mean, I don't know.
And he's got to go off and do something amazing and save America.
Right.
Yeah, I could buy that. I'd watch that.
I love the De Niro. I love Robert De Niro because political leanings aside, I know a lot of people aren't crazy that he speaks his mind. I think it's great that people speak their mind, whatever side of the aisle they fall on.
I don't mind that he speaks his mind. I do worry for his health.
He's not 63.
He's got
He's
to be
not
90 something.
Right. I saw him on one of those roasts, right?
He just seems like he's wound tightly.
Yeah, and he gets worked up.
I know he does. That's
yeah,
not good
it's probably harder to get him insured going to an No Kings rally than it is to get Tom Cruise insured to jump out of an airplane.
Just stay home and be rich, Robert De Niro, just to save yourself.
He does have great comedy chops, though. And that's
De Niro?
yeah,
he's very funny.
Tribute to a great actor. He can do anything.
He says hilarious things at No Kings rallies.
82, by the way, De Niro.
82. Well, he looks older. When we come back, what do we have scheduled when we come back? It doesn't even matter. Can we for just real quick, when we come back, can we talk a little bit about these Top Gun theme songs? I want to play you the different versions.
Sure.
And then we can talk about which one's the best.
I can tell you what movie I'm really looking forward to. I'm making a little confession to you.
All right.
We haven't brought it up yet. I'm really looking forward to it.
A confessional segment.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
We should start doing that regularly.
Oh, I don't know about that.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. We'll play some of those. We got Friday favorites at 2 o'clock, which is going to be very entertaining. You don't want to miss a second of it. So don't. See you in a minute.
Has your junk drawer taken over the whole house? Closets jammed, garage packed, pantry a mess? Don't just live with it. John Curley here for Closets by Design. Organize your closets, garages, laundry rooms, and home offices with Closets by Design. Everything is custom built for how you actually live. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18-month 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
We had quite the rain event this week, and if your home didn't come through with the flying colors and tight security you wanted your roof to have, do yourself a favor. Give my friends at Integrity Roofing and Construction a call at 206-202-ROOF, or you can find them online at integrityrc.com. They do incredible work. They've been named Business of the Year, year after year after year after year. They've got a complete design department. They do complete restorations or roof repairs, free inspections. You can schedule a free roof assessment video inspection today. Take advantage of their years of experience and their quality workmanship. IntegrityRC.com is the website. Take a look.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Owie, wowie.
What's with the
water heater's worn out?
Way less hot water?
Takes a lot longer, too.
Sounds like a goner.
Worst of all,
what?
Wasn't planning on it.
We can help.
Apollo Plumbing.
Ready right now to get you
in hot water.
Same day.
Not this day. My budget.
How about with easy payments?
How much easy?
Around $50 a month with approved credit.
A new water heater?
50 gallons of 100% hot water delight.
For about $50 a month.
51, 52 to be precise.
And you can do it
today, if that's what you need.
Is it ever?
Apollo installs new ones with code upgrades.
Can't beat that.
Actually, I can.
What?
Your same-day water heater replacement includes Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which means?
Apollo Plumbing covers your new water heater for life.
You mean should it ever wear out?
Apollo Plumbing replaces it free.
And if it needs service?
Service is included for our A-list members.
Wow! now.
Your new water heater is ready
Right now.
at ApolloPlumbing.com.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org, sponsored by Washington Realtors.
Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Mariners are all about giving you more baseball for your buck. With Mariners Value Games, you can score seats for less than $12 on select dates all season long. Plus, be sure to check out the biggest ever value menu and beer lineup. Available every game and featuring 36 items, from ballpark classics like hot dogs, nachos, and refillable sodas to canned brews starting at just $5. Go to mariners.com/value to grab your value game tickets and check out the full slate of value options at T-Mobile Park.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to continue our movie talk for just a couple more minutes, and then at 2 o'clock, we're going to get into some heavy stuff. No, I'm just joking. Friday favorites. So just our favorite stories of the week.
Yeah.
Stories that we feel like we're the most interested in talking about again, that hopefully have an update. And as stories evolve through the week. Mine's a real good one. I don't know what yours is.
Okay.
From a competitive point of view.
Ooh.
Mine has audio.
Okay.
Mine has background. Mine has possibly a jumping off point for you and I to like snark at each other for a couple minutes.
I want to pick that one. Let's both do that one.
Let's both do it. No, you do yours, I'll do mine, Michael do his.
That's going to be awkward if you pick the same one.
Well, we've done that in the past.
Oh, yeah, we've done it. All right. Before the break, we're talking about Top Gun 3 is greenlit, and it's going to happen.
Did they give us a time yet? Do they have a projected
I don't think we have
release
a time
date?
yet. These things take so much
A couple
time.
years, especially when you got to go up 18, 20 times and jump out of a plane.
Yes, yeah. A long time. But
will Jennifer Connelly be back in Top?
I hope Jennifer Connelly's back.
Yeah, she was a good addition. So was
age-appropriate smoke show in producer Mike's opinion.
Good golly, family-friendly
Jennifer
show.
Connelly, the babe with the power.
Yeah,
you bet.
Please, Mike, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, let's play a couple of these anthems, and then you were talking about a movie you're excited to see, which we'll get to in just a second.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Here's some Top Gun anthems. You tell me which one you like better. This is the original. I think we've got a winner. This one's very good. Do you ever dream of? I mean, Spike's a real musician, so it's not even like he has to dream about doing this.
What do you want to know? Do you go on stage and there's no pants? Yeah, I've had the dream all the time. It's horrible.
I have not played a musical instrument since I was in junior high, but I did play trumpet. So it's like you're not like dreaming of yourself playing a trumpet, but just guitar.
Being able to play like that.
Being able to play like this.
I can't play. I can sing, but I can't play.
Wouldn't it be amazing to play this?
Oh my gosh!
Listen to this.
This is from the first one, right?
Yes.
Oh. See, this works because it's
awesome.
It's a solo, and that's who Maverick is.
Yeah. Well, but that's what the movie's about.
Right. Exactly.
Learn to ride
That's
with
why-
your goose.
That's why it works so well.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
that's
great.
just great.
I thought the follow-up was really good too. I thought the Top Gun Maverick theme song was also very good. There's just a little bit of that. This Lady Gaga. Obviously, it's got hints of the original. Is there any part in this where she sings?
No, not this one. No,
Okay.
no, this is just the opening theme.
Okay, so this is
it kind of
actually just the
underscores that
original
they're kind
theme
of the
song.
same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the lady.
Yeah.
Here's the Lady Gaga thing. This is really more like credit music. This might be a little too much information for you guys, but like this is a song. If I'm powering through a session on my Peloton,
Yeah. This is you. Gaga's your go-to.
Lady Gaga.
That's less embarrassing than mine.
What's yours?
From Top Gun. Right? Just moves you.
It's nice.
Yes.
Kelly
Berlin.
Is that her name?
Berlin.
No,
It's the
Berlin
band.
is the name of the band. Kelly McGillis
Kelly
is the
McGillis.
actor.
Kelly McGillis.
Yeah.
McGillis, yeah.
Kelly McGillis.
Kelly Berlin. I like that, though.
No, Berlin was the band.
When was the movie? Was 88?
86. Yeah.
86,
Kelly McGillis looked very good in 86.
She's a gorgeous woman.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Listen,
Gorgeous.
time comes for us all.
It sure does. Although, no, it's funny because the movie I'm looking forward to this summer.
Yeah, what are you looking forward
Time
to?
has not come for this woman.
Who is it?
It's Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh.
I'm telling you, man. Meryl
I saw an
Streep.
ad for that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
The cast is all, I mean, they're all back.
Is it all the people?
Yes.
What are they still deviling about? What's the premise?
The premise
I
is
saw a poster for it. That's all I saw.
The premise is that this young, idealistic journalist wannabe who took a job in glam,
Yep.
right, now has to come back.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway has to come back and save the reputation. She's coming back to save the Miranda. Miranda Priestley, the devil in Prada, has to save her reputation and come back and say there's a scandal.
Is she going to write a piece?
She's come back for reputation repair, and all the and it's Stanley Tucci who's brilliant.
Stanley Tucci's great.
That man puts more gay men out of work. God loves Stanley Tucci,
He's
he plays.
a straight man.
He is.
Yeah.
He plays. You want to talk about cultural appropriation?
He's great.
Nobody plays like Stanley Tucci.
Is Emily Blunt also back?
Emily
in?
Blunt's in it. They're
Stanley
all there.
Stanley Tucci. Sorry, Stanley Tucci is married to Emily Blunt's sister.
I did not know that.
They met on the original Devil's Wears Prada.
No kidding. Well, it's 20 years later, and they're all coming back to their. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to this movie. Guilty pleasure. We had a story about a week ago about the souvenir popcorn buckets.
Sure.
Look at the souvenir popcorn bucket for The Devil Wears Prada 2.
How much is that going to be?
Who
Is
cares?
that like a big?
It's a designer purse full of popcorn.
Like a purse full of popcorn.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is this based? This is clever because
right?
Anna Wintour, who's isn't the Devil Wears Prada kind of loosely based on her?
I think you're right. Yeah.
At least that's the legend. And she did she have a kind of a media crisis? Is that kind of where they got that idea?
I'm
They said,
sure.
hey, let's rehabilitate.
Sure. Yeah. Let's because it's all about image.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to that.
That's great. Well, maybe we'll high five in between showings when you're going to see Devil Wears Prada and I'm going to see Top Gun 3. And we'll high five.
I wonder if the purse is refillable. Bottomless purse of
for
popcorn.
That price, it must be.
It better be. I know,
it's going
right?
to be very expensive. All right, we got your Friday favorites. We come back. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
When your closets don't work, the pantry's jammed, garage useless, most homes were never designed for real life. Charlie Harder here for Closets by Design. It's so much more than just closets, garages, pantries, laundry rooms, home offices, wall beds, all custom built. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Wendy Gillette. President Trump says there's a deal with Iran on uranium. Iran's foreign minister disputes his claim.
President Trump told CBS News Iran has agreed to stop enriching uranium forever and that the U.S. and Iran would work together to remove Iran's enriched uranium, adding the U.S. will take it. Iran's foreign minister says that enriched uranium would not be transferred and that Iran has not agreed to hand it over. Earlier, Iran said passage for all commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz has been declared completely open. But President Trump posted the U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ships and ports will remain in full force until the peace deal is done. Lindy Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
There is an agreement on the conflict between Hezbollah and Israel in Lebanon.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun said a new phase is underway from a ceasefire towards a permanent agreement. He said Lebanon will no longer be a card in anyone's game nor an arena for anyone's wars and will never be again.
Oil prices fell 9% following the Iran developments. Tortoise Capital senior portfolio manager Rob Thummel.
We expect the oil to start flowing, physical oil volumes to come back to the markets. And that means that the market won't be as undersupplied, and that's resulting in oil prices falling at the present time.
Stocks finished today's session with big gains. The Dow was up 868 points and the S&P 500 added 84, hitting a new all-time record. The Nasdaq finished 365 points higher. The Senate has approved a short-term renewal of a controversial U.S. spy surveillance program.
The vote renews part of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which allows the FBI and other agencies to collect and analyze high amounts of overseas communications without a warrant. The issue is that could also catch communications involving Americans interacting with foreign targets. The White House says the authority is critical to disrupting terrorist plots, but there have been deep concerns over privacy. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Pope Leo XIV celebrated Mass before more than 100,000 people in the African nation of Cameroon. The Pope also spoke at a Catholic university, telling young people they must not leave to help fight corruption in their country.
Reject every form of abuse or violence which deceives by promising easy gains, but hardens the heart and makes it insensitive.
This is CBS News.
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth. 48 Hours, Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Coming up, Seattle City Attorney faces questions 100 days into office. That's after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
All right, Aaron, Seattle Sports has our update, and we are following a traffic alert up in Everett this afternoon. A pedestrian has run across all lanes of I-5 up near State Route 529. Right now, they're in the northbound lane, so all northbound traffic, you're stopped as right at 529 as police work to safely remove that person. And right now, you've got a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at the Snohomish River. Here in Seattle, North 5, scattered backups from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. Going to take you a half hour to commute through downtown. South 5, now you're heavy through Northgate, but you're going to thin out through the U District, and then a little more crowding through the heart of downtown. Linwood to Seattle, still a 20-minute commute. South 405, scattered slowing from Factoria to the Renton Landing. North 405 slows to the Renton S-curves. And South 5 through JBLM, still got about a 3-mile thick backup near that main gate. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. 100 days into the job, Seattle City's attorney is facing questions about how her office prosecutes crime, including open-air drug use. Erica Evans offered few specifics today, but says past policies of arresting addicts prove they do not work. She tells KIRO Radio's G. and Ursula.
What I've said to you and what I've been very clear on is that we are trying to break the cycle.
When asked about how she measures success, Evans says she wants people to, quote, feel safe in downtown and pointed to the new waterfront park as an example of success. KIRO News Radio's John Repp reports a Seattle influencer was just attacked this week along the waterfronts.
I really hate that. I feel scared right now.
Alyssa Montez is a social media influencer with more than 86,000 Instagram followers. She says this happened Wednesday morning.
At Sculpture Park, across from Pocket Beach on the running/bike trail.
When a man came out of the bushes and grabbed her while she was on her daily run. She says she had her phone and recorded a brief clip of her attacker as he fled. She also reported the attack to police. Her post warning others to be safe, carry pepper spray, and stay vigilant is taking off, garnering more than 23,000 likes and more than 1,000 comments. John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
A Pierce County teen who talked about carrying out a school shooting has been sentenced. The update from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Last September, when the boy was 13 years old, deputies found 22 firearms in his family's home and in his bedroom a backpack full of ammunition, according to the News Tribune. Prosecutors say the boy posted images of himself dressed as one of the 1999 Columbine high school shooters and that he videotaped himself talking about how he planned to shoot up a school. This week, a judge sentenced him to 90 days in detention, which he's already served, along with 9 months of probation. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle sports legends Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe have announced they have broken up. The couple shared the news today in a joint social media statement, saying the decision was made together with both love and respect. Bird and Rapinoe had been together since 2017. Both say they're focused on moving forward with care and support. Your weather report now, looking at increasing clouds this afternoon, but no rain in the forecast for a few days at least. Partly cloudy skies through the weekend, highs in the upper 60s. Right now, 55 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. I'm talking fast because we got so much to get to. We got Friday favorites.
Let's do it, Ben.
Everybody's been excited about it. We got a lot of text messages about it at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Thousands of you saying, when are we going to get to Friday favorites? And I say, hold on, 2 o'clock. But we're here. We've arrived. So we should just dive right in. Laura's out this week. She would normally provide one of these options, but Mike Siebert, who's filling and producing this week, he's going to suggest a story. Mike, be careful what you pick. This is going to tell us a lot about you as a person, because you have an entire week's worth of stuff to pull from. And, Spike and I are putting out some pretty good stuff.
We would hope.
We would hope, yes.
The whole week's worth. We got 25 hours worth of shows to put into 15 hours of radio.
In our high opinion of ourselves, we're doing very good work. So you let us know which of it you've enjoyed the most. Go ahead. What do you got?
We'll see. Oh, you want me to start?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
you start.
You're really picking up on the signals pretty quick here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really
All right,
thanks for playing, Mike.
Wow,
yeah, exactly. No, I it's recency bias, obviously, but this was like such a fun moment for me on the show when we revisited the Ballad of Baby Jessica and her the recent difficulties. It's not the recent difficulties that I want to talk about, but we were gifted a live reaction from our own Jake, who was unfamiliar with the Ballad of Timmy from Springfield, who got stuck in a well.
And let me give a little more context to this. The reason we're talking about Baby Jessica is my wife was like, she sent me this story. She goes, you got to see this. Baby Jessica got arrested. And she was arrested. She was like, she's 40-something
40,
now?
yeah.
40. Can you believe that? 40 years old.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. She got arrested for some sort of a domestic incident.
Disturbance. Yeah.
Very sad, because now she's going to be locked up again in a tight space, which is a bummer, but one she's not unfamiliar with.
Yeah, well, you should be on her feet.
Plenty of room in there to sing Winnie the Pooh.
Sure.
It's horrible. That was one of the sweet moments when she was
right. They
when
were
got her out of that
communicating
tube.
with the tube. Yeah,
she was like singing.
Tiny little baby.
Oh, so sweet. But she's okay. It's a domestic incident. She's not forever. But and obviously there'll be a court case about it. I mean, I guess we should say allegedly that she did these things, but she was arrested for it. But I did not know that shortly after the Baby Jessica thing, The Simpsons had kind of a parody of it.
Yeah. So basically, it's a gag where Bart Simpson throws a radio down a well, and he's like, "I'm Timmy. I'm stuck in the well." And there's this outpouring of community support. It's all a hoax.
Gotcha.
But then Sting comes to town, and he leads a rousing "We Are the World"-esque song that I would like to play for you.
All right, let's play it.
There's a hole in my heart, as deep as a well, for that poor little boy who's stuck halfway to hell.
Though we can't get him out, we'll do the next best thing.
Go on TV and sing, sing, sing.
And we're sending our love down the well.
Simpsons was a very funny show. I have not. Full disclosure, I haven't seen. Is that still on the air? Is Simpsons still on the air?
Yeah, Simpsons. Yes, longest running sitcom in American history.
Are they still going though?
Yes.
Yeah, 37 seasons in.
That's a long time. I have not seen Simpsons in probably 15, 20 years.
Bart hasn't aged a day.
Has he not?
It's uncanny.
Tell you what,
Maggie still.
What do they say? Cartoons don't crack.
Don't crack. Yellow.
All right, that's a good story. Well picked, Mike. Does tell us something about you, and I like it. Spike, what do you got?
I was so tempted to revisit this morning's interview with Seattle City Attorney Eric Evans and her inability to deal with some very straightforward questions from our own Gian Ursula.
Yeah.
It was pretty telling that the...
Are you crying?
Let's not go there.
Don't play that,
Come on.
guys.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
inappropriate.
Are you crying?
Guys.
No.
Come on.
Are you crying? Are you crying?
Guys.
Don't make me come in there. Thank you. I decided not to because I wanted folks to hear it. We gave our take on the city attorney's inability to just deal with basic media questions.
Simple questions.
Come to the station and be given a platform with which to tout her office's efforts and successes in the first 100 days of administration. But it's
my grandma, and they were softball questions.
They were
nobody should
very
think that,
much so. Yeah.
Things got emotional, and Ursula was not asking hard questions. My grandma used to say, "These are simple, pimple questions, buddy."
Yeah,
and it was very simple. And but this is not the story you chose.
No, I chose I think a related story because that story is about what are you going to do to clean up the city. There was a story we had earlier in the week about cleaning up the city. The city's Clean City report came out.
Oh.
5.3 million pounds.
And you and I had very different
of
takes
rubbish.
on this.
I did, yeah.
I found it very depressing, and you found it very encouraging.
I found it very encouraging. 5.3. The city, in 2025, the city made a genuine effort to clean up not just litter, but graffiti, and 61,000 plus hypodermic needles were taken off the streets.
You missed a digit there.
660. I'm sorry, 661,000.
661.
It's so easy. It's me, just like
61 would have been
Department
crazy.
of Ecology. Just
Yeah.
see how much a simple decimal point can really undermine your message.
Can happen to the best.
Yeah,
of us.
I'm going to stop the victory lap now. No, I'm kidding. 5.3 million pounds of garbage were picked up off the streets of Seattle.
That's a lot of
661,000 sharps, needles were picked up off the city streets. And I highlighted this story because you said it was depressing that there was this much garbage and there was this much drug paraphernalia on the streets of our city.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I stand by that feeling.
you're not wrong, but I take some solace and some comfort in the fact that this was a year-long effort that is still underway, that systems were put in place to not just pick up what's on the streets, but maybe prevent stuff from getting just chucked onto the streets as moving forward. They've put on different garbage and recycling bins, if you will. Receptacles. Lots of different efforts from the city to keep the city from ever getting to that point again. I'm hoping that was a low water mark that the city has moved on from, made a genuine, I love this part of the story, 5.3 million pounds of garbage. To help you figure out what that means, it equates to about 530 orca whales.
That's a lot of whales.
Who made that calculation?
That's a lot. We like visual representations of things. It's tough to imagine 5.3 million anything.
It is. It's hard to say how much weight that is. You're
But
right.
I can do how many whales?
530 orcas, full-grown orcas.
I can do 530 whales.
It's a lot of orcas lying around the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll
Having
tell
to
you what.
step over an orca on your way to the store.
If you have an orca problem in your downtown streets, buddy, you got a real problem.
Good luck having tourists come back.
Exactly. You got blubber everywhere. We've seen how that ends up in Oregon.
That we're talking about, the city has now put like sharp disposal. I know. Getting back to the city attorney's comments about law enforcement and about how treatment as opposed to incarceration was the city's mantra, and how can a city feel safe? I think these two stories are very, very closely related. I'm all for criminals being held accountable.
Yes,
of
course.
And you know the previous mayors. You know, I want to know why the guy locked up 8 times is having troubles today. I want to know if he's hungry. I want to know did he have a tough childhood. I want to learn from that mistake. I hope the city attorney can learn from that mistake. I just found real comfort in this.
What's
in this
interesting
cleanup.
is the previous administration, both in the city attorney's office and in the mayor's office. So you have Harrell and Davidson. Both were harder on crime than Erica Evans and Katie Wilson plan on being.
Agreed.
And they ran on being harder on crime. So it's the horrible part about that Harrell clip, which I do think actually cost him the election, is that he would have been better for the city. The city was on not a great strong trajectory. It's not like the stock market looks today, but it was like a little bit of an uptick of, we're getting things under control.
Progress. We're headed in the right
and
direction.
Davidson getting things under control. One net police officer hired, getting things a little bit back where it needs to be. And now I do worry that we're going to see. When I saw that cleanup number, that was to me a confirmation of what I see all the time in the city, which I'm always thinking is like not good looking.
Nobody feels safe.
Nobody feels safe.
Right?
The top
Nobody
story
feels
of my Northwest
welcome.
right now is an influencer walking around on the what is it in
the waterfront, right?
Waterfront,
right down by the Seattle the Outdoor Art Museum,
attacked.
the sculpture garden.
Yes,
11 o'clock, broad daylight.
And the only reason we all know about it is because it's an influencer. But there's a lot of people who are not influencers who still have to go about and do their day who don't even get the attention. And they're getting attacked and they're getting, they're made nervous just to walk to work. And these are problems that Seattle's going to face for a while if they're not willing to clean up the problem. And the thing that I found really depressing, I was thinking about this with that cleanup. 5.3 million pounds of trash, 661,000 needles. We have to mention that the reason that they're doing this is to get ready for the World Cup. And if we did not have the World Cup, it would still be there.
Well, you're right. You're not wrong about that. But let me say why I think that's.
And then I have a
okay.
second thing that's even more depressing. But go ahead.
Oh gosh, I think when you can count on the economic boom that is the World Cup, that's going to come to Seattle, then you can move some money around the board and expend the resources to put these programs in place. If they weren't expecting $750 million worth of business to come to Seattle, right, which they're expecting, then you don't know if you have the resources to clean up the city. And this, I don't think this letting the city get to this point wasn't because they didn't care. It's because they were loss of revenue, loss of tax base.
This is where we have a fundamental, I think, an ideological disagreement.
Okay.
The city's primary function, number one, safe streets, clean streets. That means police, and that means making sure that you don't have people who are on the streets leaving waste and horrible things that make life dangerous. So I don't care what care what their budget problems are. If you can't do that, you should be doing nothing else. So every other program that they have,
it all starts with that. You're right.
It all starts with that.
It does.
So,
you want business to come back to town. You want shoppers. You want tourists to come to town.
100%.
Safe streets, clean streets.
So if that's not their main priority, then it's not a funding problem. That's where they have their priorities in the wrong place. And the other problem that I have with it is those 661,000 needles, the 5.3 million pounds of trash, whatever. I mean, that's no good, but like a lot of that's underneath the overpasses, and
we're talking about
you arrest the people who are living underneath
they
those
put
things.
programs in place to stop public dumping.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about getting a horrible disease from stepping on trash. Right. I am worried about a needle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We had the story. You had the story about the guy who jumped in Green Lake.
In Green Lake, and he comes out with a hypodermic needle in his foot. It's on video. It's disgusting. That's why I don't swim in Green Lake. But my question is, where did those needles come from? 661,000 needles, because we've done this story before. And here's the truly depressing part. They came from King County. Those are taxpayer-funded needles. King County hands out as a matter of
harm reduction.
They say.
Yeah.
When they approach somebody who's living on the streets and who's addicted to drugs and whose life is in hell, and that person looks up from their stupor at this person reaching out to them, instead of taking a hand, they are handed a bag, and in that bag is clean needles. In that bag is instructions on how to tie off and how to find somebody to help you tie off to do your drugs, and they're not even allowed to mention getting clean. That's a matter of policy in King County.
Yeah.
And so where those needles came from, that depresses me. Those are taxpayer-funded needles. And they're on the streets, and now we're paying to have them cleaned up, but we paid to have them out there in the first place.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That's, again, back to the ideology thing. If your head's not in the right place, and you think that the best course of action with somebody who's addicted to drugs is to hand them an easier way to do drugs, then I have a big disagreement.
Well, it's you're not wrong about that, but I do see some value in harm reduction. Because when people share needles, the risks of much greater. I mean, drug addiction is horrible. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
There's a health upside to clean needles and safe mitigation.
Sure.
Of risk. I'm losing my train of thought.
No. I understand the argument. I get the argument.
And the fact that you're not allowed to say to folks, would you like a better life? Have you thought about rehabilitation? Have you thought about clean and sober life?
I have known people who have gone through really tough addictions, and to watch as their life spirals beyond their control, and then to think about moments of clarity that they might find themselves in when they're waking up in the middle of the night outside.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And they're sick and tired of sleeping outside like a rat and being looked at and treated, by society like a dog. And then to think about like a rare moment of clarity that somebody might have, and then you're approached by somebody who could be an angel to them, who walks over and says, "Hey, why don't you come with me and let's get you the help that you need, because you don't have to live like this." And to think about that person being handed a bag of drugs, I can't even fathom. You would just kind of go, okay, I guess this is the sign I was waiting for. I guess the sign I'm waiting for is that I should do more drugs, and my life is worth nothing.
Yeah.
And if that's King County's approach, it doesn't surprise me that more than 500,000 needles were on the ground. It doesn't and it's going to happen again, and that's why that story depressed the heck out of me, to be honest.
I hear you. That's
anyway.
Never got a chance to get to your Friday favorites. We're almost out of time.
Can we do it next?
Sure, you can come back to it.
Let's come back to it.
Yeah, we can.
Is
it going to make me mad and angry? And
If we're lucky.
Okay. No, man. Super duper.
There might be less singing, though.
There might be less singing.
No sting.
When we come back, we're going to play some audio. There was just as a setup, and then we'll come back and we'll do this. But it was tax day recently. And
yes, it was.
Zohran Mamdani. The reason I'm bringing this up is because Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson she says she's a socialist. And Zohran Mamdani, who's the mayor of New York, they were both elected kind of on the same wave by their followers to run their cities in a similar way. I mean, obviously New York is massively bigger than Seattle, has more national repercussions, but still, they're trying to run their cities the same way. And what Mamdani is doing now, I could easily see happening. In fact, we are watching with the millionaire's tax, but easily see happening in a city like Seattle. And I'd like to play you this clip and get your reaction to it. Yeah. And it's a very interesting one, and I think the repercussions could be bad. But it'll be a great debate. So stick around for that. We got a lot more coming up. We'll be right back.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly there's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
The John Curley Show.
If by like the 15th of October rolls around and suddenly there's a bolt of lightning and I croak out right there, I'm fine.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
My dream of growing a giant pumpkin is just a couple of months away. I know somebody who knows somebody who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows someone who got me the seed, the 1,500-pounder, baby. It's in a secret location. I don't want to say where it is.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids.
KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO News Radio.
You can count on trusted local news and information from the Seattle Times, one of the few independent, locally owned news organizations in the country, right here in the Pacific Northwest. Subscribe today and don't miss a beat at seattletimes.com/subscribe.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A new survey finds injection drug use across our region has dropped sharply. Methamphetamine has now surpassed fentanyl as the most commonly used drug. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more.
UW School of Public Health says injection use has dropped 49% since 2021. And with meth now the street drug of choice, cities and counties should focus on housing for meth users, not sobriety. I spoke with Ryan, who's living unhoused in Seattle, and he says fentanyl is still everywhere.
I'd say there's more fentanyl than there's meth. I mean, I've had to save like five people just this month with Narcan.
Ryan says he sees smoking and injecting every day, with more and more people coming to Seattle for cheap drugs and easy access to services. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Oil prices plunged today as Iran says the Strait of Hormuz is open for commercial shipping traffic. Gas Buddy petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan tells us the price at the pump will start to drop as well, starting over the weekends.
Gasoline prices down about 21 to 24 cents a gallon. So all of this spells a lot of relief for consumers.
But he says it could take months for prices to get back to pre-conflict levels. Current average price per gallon in the Seattle area remains over $5.50. Seattle police say they need your help identifying two men who broke into the Watermark Tower in downtown Seattle. KIRO Newsradio's James Lynch with more.
The burglary happened March 9th and was caught on surveillance video as the two men moved through the mixed-use residential commercial tower, breaking through the front door and leaving with stolen items. Jim Fuda is with Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound.
They opened up some businesses and stole a bunch of computers and even visas and passports of the employees.
You can see pictures of the men at mynorthwest.com. A reward of up to $2,000 is being offered if you can help call Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
You will want to avoid northbound 405 between Renton and Bellevue this weekend. All northbound lanes will be closed from Sunset to Coal Creek Parkway from 11:30 tonight through early Monday morning. WashDOT is widening that stretch of freeway to expand the express toll lane system there. To the real-time traffic desk now at 2:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. This one brought to us by the Seattle Mariners. Up in Everett, looks like our pedestrian North 5 near 529 has been safely removed from the freeway by police. Traffic is once again moving, but there's a hefty backup starting back at the Boeing Freeway. Northbound lanes were shut down for about 20 minutes, and during that time, a lot of you opted for 529, so that is now really thick from Everett into Marysville. Everett to Marysville on the main line is going to take you 35 minutes. That's about a 25-minute delay. South 5, you're doing okay. Here in Seattle, we've got a collision on the express lanes underneath the convention center, blocking your right lane, so that leaves one lane open. You're backed up to the entrance. North 5, the main line, scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. Half hour gets you through this. 99, great option. It's wide open through downtown. South 5, you're slow from the U District in the downtown. Northbound 405 is pretty heavy from South Center all the way past the Renton Landing. Plan on 25 minutes from South Center into Bellevue. And southbound on the Valley Freeway, we are already packed from State Route 18 into Sumner. Renton to Puyallup is a 40-minute commute. Randy Johnson Number Retirement Ceremony Night presented by T-Mobile is Saturday, May 2nd. Get your tickets at mariners.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And now to your forecast. Looking pretty good for the weekend. We are drying out today. Some increasing clouds tonight, and then partly cloudy through the weekend. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. Could see 70 on Monday. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, you're giving me the evil eye.
I'm looking forward to this.
What's this about?
I'm looking forward to this. What your Friday favorite is, man. What a week we had to pick from. And
this is my Friday favorite. We pushed this down the road. You had to get your tax. What was it? The 15th. So was that
Wednesday.
3 days ago? Wednesday. So hump day this week was also tax day when your taxes were due. So if you're just learning about tax day, you are late.
Oops.
You got to file something, probably.
Well, you know what's funny? Unless you are owed a refund. If you are owed a refund, and a lot of people don't know this, if you're owed a refund, and most people are owed a refund,
okay,
there is no penalty for late filing. The filing deadline is April 15th. If you decide to post late for your taxes, if you're owed a refund, there is no penalty for late filing.
If you owe money, you got to pay by the 15th.
You got to pay. And if you don't pay by the 15th, then you start incurring interest in the money owed to the federal government.
Yeah, because they want their money.
They do.
Absolutely. And you know who else wants your money? Zoran Mamdani in New York.
Nice segue.
Well, you set that up. That was perfect. And I saw what you were doing, and I appreciated it, and I thank you for that.
Got your back, buddy.
All right, so this was a video that Zoran Mamdani, who's very, very good on social media, he put this out on tax day. What's interesting about this is that he actually singles out somebody in the video as being an example of somebody that he wants to tax. I'm going to play this video, and then I'd like to get your response to it, Spike, and see what you had thoughts on. But here you go.
When I ran for mayor, I said I was going to tax the rich. Well, today, we're taxing the rich. I'm thrilled to announce we've secured a pied-à-terre tax, the first in New York's history. This is an annual fee.
Pied-à-terre, I had to look this up. It means foot on the ground tax. It's a French.
Pied-à-terre.
Pied-à-terre, yeah, French.
On luxury properties worth more than $5 million, whose owners do not live full-time in the city. Like for this penthouse, which hedge fund CEO Ken Griffin bought for $238 million. This pied-à-terre tax is specifically designed for the richest of the rich, those who store their wealth in New York City real estate, but who don't actually live here.
How much was that apartment?
$238 million, or something like that, right?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But even so, they're able to reap the huge financial rewards of owning property in, dare I say, the greatest city in the world. And most of the time, these units are sitting empty, since again, they don't actually live here. This is a fundamentally unfair system that hurts working New Yorkers. Now, it's coming to an end. This tax will raise at least $500 million directly for the city. It'll help fund things like free childcare, cleaner streets, and safer neighborhoods. As mayor, I believe everyone has a role to play in contributing to our city, and some a little bit more than others. Happy Tax Day, New York.
Okay, so he says this is fundamentally unfair that this guy has this really nice apartment. Don't get me wrong. There is little chance that I will ever own nor even step foot in a $238 million penthouse apartment. That's a whole different league.
I can't even fathom.
I can tell you a little bit about the place. It's big. You want to hear a little bit about it?
Sure. How many hungry school kids could you fit in it?
A lot.
Right?
A lot.
There you go.
Yeah.
You really want to put your money where put that guy's money where your mouth is.
But here's the thing. I 100% disagree with what Mondami is doing here.
Okay.
But the apartment's very nice. 24,000 square feet, 4 floors, massive, beautiful, giant skyscraper building. It's one of the most expensive home purchases in U.S. history. Very, very nice. It's why he picked it, I assume.
Well, he's parking money there, yeah.
He's got a property there. But what do you think about that? He's the mayor. He's not a candidate. He's not just a guy on the street. This is the mayor of New York standing in front of a private residence, singling out a private citizen and saying, look up there, look what he has and what you don't have. Like, what are people supposed to take away from the message?
Well,
what is he intending?
I think I can only assume he's intending to say, look, we have very limited resources in New York City. It's one of the most, it's very limited resources. You're not making any more New York. Right?
Oh, you mean in square footage?
In square footage, and how many apartments are there? Right? If you're gonna own property in New York, you should reside in New York. You should at least have some residence in New York.
He's not even.
I'm just saying what he's thinking. Okay, if this guy owns a 4-story, 24,000 square foot apartment worth $250 million, somebody else who may want that real estate it doesn't have access to it.
That can't possibly be what it means.
It's not. It's property over $5 million, which in New York isn't like, it's not luxury to have $5 million in New York City.
Yeah, that's like every apartment's over $5 million.
Yeah. So it's not just this $240 million guy with 24,000 square feet over 4 floors.
Yeah.
He's got 4 whole floors of a private residence that he is squatting on, he's owning.
How's he squatting on? He owns it.
He owns it, and he's.
What's squatting mean? Squatting is like somebody who shouldn't be there being there.
Well, he's
not a squat.
He's parking his investment money right there.
Okay.
Okay. No one else can have that because he owns it.
What?
If someone else owned it and lived there,
he's not
he'd
keeping
pay.
up somebody who would otherwise. There's no other person who's like now on the streets because they can't. If they can't get this $238 million place, they can probably find another place if you can afford that.
Let's
place.
pick a $5 million place or a $10 million place. So people who own property in New York that are residential properties that don't live there.
Yeah.
Because it's not all $240 million. Some of them are $5 million, some of them are 10, 20, whatever it might be.
Yes.
These are people who would love to have luxury apartments or apartments in New York who can't because the assets are taken up by people who are just parking their investments there not contributing anything to the city.
That's not even a thought that crossed my head. The poor $230 millionaire who can't afford the 238 because this guy's taking it.
Well, if he put his investment in other vehicles,
he's a hedge fund manager.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure he pays taxes on other properties.
Yes, in New York, he owns other properties in New York.
He found a tax-free haven.
It's not tax-free. He pays taxes on it.
How does he?
Because when he bought the place, there's this transfer tax, there's a sales tax. He already paid. Do you know what the taxes were when he bought this place? $25 million.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry, $14 million on this because there's a 3.9% transfer fee on properties above $25 million. They already have this in place.
Now, if he wants to have a place that he doesn't live in, just sitting there, real estate that he owns.
But isn't this here's my question. Isn't this damaging, though? Not for a number of reasons. Number one, private citizen who's choosing to invest his money in New York real estate for when he's there.
He's not there. He's not. It's not like it's his summer home.
For when he's there, I imagine he probably comes to New York. He's a powerful businessman. I imagine he finds himself in Manhattan from time to time. And when he gets there, he's probably not staying at the Holiday Inn like you or I would. He stays at his
near the airport.
Near the airport. Yeah, he's like near LaGuardia.
Sure. For convenience.
He's probably staying at his phenomenal place that he pays to have.
At least on one of the floors.
On one of the floors.
Yeah.
Doesn't this hurt New York by singling this guy out as being... he's painting this guy as a villain, don't you think?
I think he's paying this guy as someone who's not who's taking up assets of New York and
How
not
is he
contributing
taking up
to.
assets? All he's doing is contributing. Literally, the reason for taxes, why are you taxed and why am I taxed?
Because you need funds to run a city.
So for the services that you and I use, right? This guy doesn't even use those services. So he's actually kind of the best citizen to have a property like this. This isn't displacing anybody. This is a phenomenally rich tower. He's not even using the streets of New York. He's leaving those open for other people. He's not even taking up a parking spot, which we know is at a premium in New York.
I bet he owns a parking garage.
He might own a parking garage. That's possible. You're right. He might own a parking garage.
I bet he's not sitting on the subway.
He's not using the services, and yet he's being villainized as a guy who's making it harder on people on the street, which is not the case at all. When you buy a $238 million apartment in New York, how many jobs went into creating that space? Thousands, probably. I would guess I would guess thousands. And then here's the other thing.
Three hardworking.
They should be kissing this guy's butt. That's what Mamdani should be doing, kissing his butt. Because here's what this guy has done for people around the world. Let's look at what Ken Griffin's philanthropy. Citadel is his company, which he operates. It was in Chicago. He moved it to Florida. Citadel has given over, this guy individually, Griffin, not Citadel, Griffin has given $2 billion in philanthropy, including $400 million to a local New York cancer facility. He's not a monster. $400 million. $50 million to advance neurological care at Baptist Health, South Florida. Another $50 million to accelerate development of new therapies and enhance patient care at Miami Health System. $20 million to Miami-Dade College for scholarships. $35 million to Success Academy in New York City. $15 million to the National Constitution Center, which includes, for the 250th anniversary of America, he's going to lend them his first edition copy of the U.S. Constitution. He paid a great deal of money for, so that the public can come in and view it. When Mamdani,
You're going to charge him to come in and see?
Nope, it's free. When Mamdani parks in front of this guy's building and says, look up there at what this guy has and what you don't. Most people have also not donated twice the value of their residence to one hospital for cancer research in New York, which I think is actually the largest donation in New York history for cancer research.
Nice.
So the guy's not a monster, so to paint him as such is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's saying he should pay his taxes. He's not a monster.
He did pay taxes. He paid the same taxes everyone else is required to.
We'll see if it works. We'll see if every $5 million property owner moves out.
I hope they do. I hope they move out, and I hope that they suffer the consequences. No, it's honestly, you're looking at a gift horse and you're kicking him in the... I was going to say a bad word. That's what you're doing. That's what Mamdani's doing. And if they do it in Seattle, it's going to have the same repercussions here. And these people are... These people! All right, let's get to text messages next. We'll be right back.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in Washington, recent headlines might concern you. Talk of pocket listings or private networks where only certain consumers see certain properties are all over the media. Good news. The legislature recently passed a bill to protect you in your transaction. No secret deals, all listings available for everyone to see, not just an exclusive club of insiders. This means more competition, better offers, and fair access for all consumers. Learn more at warealtor.org, sponsored by Washington Realtors.
Folks, Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team. They offer, of course, free estimates, and the customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. They'll keep your home leak-free. We've had a very rainy season, especially of late, and Integrity can protect you from the northwest weather. Schedule a free roof assessment or video inspection today. They've got years of experience in roofing and restorations, full design team in-house. They can do it all for you, and they'll do a great job. The phone number is 206-202-ROOF. You can find all their reviews and their services at integrityrc.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about artificial intelligence.
I cannot answer that.
Many professions are using it, and allegedly some are even being taken over by it. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know police are leveraging AI, whether it's analyzing body cam footage, reading license plates, or even facial recognition. AI has become a helpful tool, enabling officers to work more efficiently. And efficiency for them means more people getting pulled over. You can't chat GPT your way out of a high BAC. Getting legal advice from AI is no substitute for an attorney. Use AI correctly, or it can result in trouble, like a self-driving car taking you home from a bar.
You have reached your destination.
So call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. If you get pulled over for DUI, the only thing you need your smart device to do is call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through Sunday, May 3rd. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger.
Upgrade your comfort and cut utility costs with Lake Washington Windows. Get 20% off energy-efficient windows and doors plus $1,000 off whole projects while taking 12 months to pay with no interest. Schedule your estimate by April 30th at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
511 is now part of Seattle, and they're celebrating at South Center Mall this Saturday, April 18th. 511 makes purpose-built gear, including pants, shirts, bags, and more. Built to handle whatever your day throws at you. Be one of the first 100 people in line and get a free gift. Then check out the 511 Adventure Area and test your skills on the rock climbing wall. Join them from 10 to 6, one day only. Saturday, April 18th at South Center.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is a nice time of day. We get to look at your text messages, and we get to see what you guys had to say on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Why don't we start us off? Mike, go for it.
Oh, sure. Let's start with some general comments for the show. James in Eastlake asked, what happened to the coffee mug, Spike? I've been dying to understand why it's not Spike's number one accessory on his side of the desk.
Yeah, what happened to your coffee mug?
It was dirty today. I was giving the kitchen staff. I like to make sure folks are gainfully employed.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I grabbed a different mug this morning. I know people.
Back at it on Monday.
I've been asked by management not to so prominently display my coffee mug, which I've ignored because it's about freedom in the First Amendment.
Is this not America?
Right?
Can he not have his mug that says a dirty
makes
word
me-
on it?
Yeah. Scholar from Auburn says, I love the Jake and Spike show duo. Lots of positive energy. I love the balance between progressive thoughts from Spike and conservative thought from Jake.
Thank you, Skylar. That's super nice.
Yeah.
We talked about Winco earlier. 425 says Winco is good, great meat and veggies, tons of everything, and you have to bag your own stuff, but it's great.
Gina in Chimicum says, got to support Winco. Winco is worker owned.
I had no idea that was the case. I'm so glad you did some digging.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, employee owned Winco.
Employee owned. It's not a national, you cannot buy stock in this company. You can only get it if you're an employee there. Employees own $3.6 billion worth of privately owned company stock. Many of them millionaires. They call them the millionaire grocery clerks.
More millionaires working at Winco than walking through the aisles at Whole Foods.
Isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable.
Pretty cool.
A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah.
Laura in Pierce County says that's why the union isn't fighting to open it. But if they do, they'll be out there protesting and trying to shut it down, like they tried to shut down the one in Federal Way when Winco first came to the state of Washington. Because and the story we read earlier about how the local grocery worker union, they've got a history of opposing Wincos through kind of like
they're non-union shops,
shadow companies for under different, because this Lake Washington Working Families group that wants the environmental concerns looked at. I think that's kind of a front.
Everybody kind of raises an eyebrow at that. Yeah, absolutely. All right, on being cold, Justin in Tacoma says, I have not turned on my heat in my apartment for almost a year. I put on clothes or a blanket if I'm cold and I'm sitting. Thank you, Justin. That's just smart. It's a good way to save money.
Yeah.
Energy costs through the roof.
Kevin in the 206 writes, well, if Washington State has its way, just like California, your thermostat won't go above whatever the government says, so there's that.
They are doing this where they have you can opt into these programs and they say we'll give you a tiny little bit of savings if you let us operate your thermostat remotely.
Yeah, these smart thermostats. And when there's a power surge, no, I like being married.
Me too.
I cannot mind that. When my wife says turn it up, I turn it up.
Yeah.
I don't have to call the state.
She wakes up and it's cold in the house. She's not calling the governor to say her complaints.
Kicking me.
It's going straight to you.
That's right. On Iran and the Flock of Seagulls, the band. Spike, can you do Flock of Seagulls when you show them throughout the summer? Oh my gosh.
You guys do Flock of Seagulls? That's not really rocky.
We don't. We don't.
Yeah.
Although I do have dear friends in a band called Nightwave, and they do a lot of Flock of Seagulls.
Do they do
my
all
keyboard
those?
plays in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Iran. They go Modern Love. A love song.
253 says I ran all the way home. LOL.
Just to say I'm sorry.
I love it. Let's move on to gas prices. Stephen Bothell says, and I paid $3.40 a gallon in Denver just 2 days ago. $3.40. Goodness.
That's the thing. We don't need to get back into it.
I
It drives me crazy.
It drives me. I like your blood pressure right where it is. On Top Gun 3, Layla says, do you guys know that Top Gun 2 was exactly like Midnight Hammer Attack they did into Iran?
Do you remember the similarities in that? Do you remember that? Where in the movie they train, there's an underground bunker.
Right.
They hit a very small target.
Yeah. Well, it's all shooting wombats in Beggars Canyon.
Yeah, which is basically the plot of Star Wars.
It's all the exhaust port on Death Star. It really is.
Hey, you should hit wombats like that,
The
man.
fact that the Iranians modeled their nuclear storage facility after the Death Star.
Yeah.
That tells you right there.
That was a huge mistake.
Right?
I've made a huge mistake.
Evacuate in our moment of triumph.
Who didn't see that coming? Roger in the 206 says, can't they figure out any original movie ideas?
They can, but I want to see a Top Gun 3. I want to see it.
There is, I like comfort film. I really do. I love original ideas, and I've bemoaned as hard as anybody these sequels and remakes. Yeah. But I like comfort movies too.
Let's see. On taxes, Joel in Big Lake says in 6 counties, including King, you have until May 1st to get your taxes in due to the flooding last year. Oh, that's good news. I can't verify that. I don't know that.
Let's look into that. How would that affect? Does emergency status issued by the government did recognize and declared a federal emergency with the flooding in Washington?
I bet you there is.
I bet there is.
We could do a very quick search. We didn't, but we could.
I'll call my tax guy tonight and I'll have it for you Monday. So if you're in trouble, hey, Ken, you listen to this show.
All right, real quick, last one. On New York's second home tax, Greg in Bellevue says he's paying millions in property tax to keep that house in New York City.
There you go.
Is he, though?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Is he? I wonder if it's a...
he's donating billions.
He's got 4 floors.
That selfish jerk.
By the way, that was the most expensive real estate ever sold.
In U.S. history.
For home, private home ownership.
Yeah. What a jerk, donating billions of dollars.
How many hungry school kids could you put up there, though, right? I mean, come on.
You're right. You're right. Rich people should have
Let's turn it into a cafeteria.
They should have nothing.
Nothing. Should have less.
All right. John Curley's coming up next. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.
My name is Skip, and Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland helped me with my Small Business Administration loan. With her help, I was able to keep my small business open, and she can help you too. Please contact Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland's office at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov for help. paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Help keep our community safe and healthy during National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, April 25th. Find a collection site near you at deatakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent drug misuse before it starts.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
The Mariners Kids Club, presented by BECU, is 100% free and a great way to get your kids excited for a lifetime of